reaches college. This is the A-Side Podcast, presented by the A-Side Network. Now, your hosts, Jared, Paul, and Reddmond.
Greetings and salutations to everybody listening. What's going on? I'm Jared, here with the A-Side Podcast. On my left, we have Reddmond.
What's
and
up, New York?
On my far left, we have Paul.
Hi. Why does it say Buffalo State on your computer?
Oh, because that's the name of the track.
What?
We went over this. For those who don't know, the opening track that leads into the show, we downloaded it off a free music website, and I guess the title of it is called Buffalo State Hospital.
Bullshit.
So whoever made Buffalo, and these
Bullshit.
Paul and Jared both have a very particular history with Buffalo State, so that's
very particular. Why is it bullshit?
Why is it bullshit?
I don't remember that.
We had a conversation about this.
We did?
Remember, I said, "Oh, look, it's called Buffalo State." And you said, "Oh, that's funny."
That sounds pretty familiar. I don't fucking.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
I think I remember. I don't.
Where you
going? What are you doing?
Okay, just closing the door, because I want to.
Why'd you use your shirt? Are you that like?
Because my roommate doesn't wash his hands.
Oh, that's on record.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
I always kind of do that
Mm-hmm.
because even at my own home, I don't know who fucking touched the bathroom.
You can wash your hands afterwards, though.
But no, because I'm so obsessed with washing. I don't like washing my hands.
You can put freaking hand sanitizer in.
That's what I do. Yeah. If I haven't eaten, and yes.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But no, my roommate. I have rules. But no, my roommate doesn't wash. I don't want to get into that, but no, he does not. He'll take a poopy and then he'll just not. I'll just try to do it.
just walk out.
I'm like, it's great. He'll be in there for 40 minutes too, and just not.
Well,
and this is on record, but whatever.
Well, what do you guys think of this? What about you go to the bathroom, number 2, then you take a shower? Yeah, it's good. That
like
counts,
mandatory?
right?
Well,
No.
no, killing two birds with one stone.
Killing two birds with one stone. Not instead of, not every single time you take a poop, then you take a shower
Where's
afterwards.
my towel?
Oh, man. Okay. That's what I do sometimes.
That's fine. I don't but don't fucking walk out. Just do a couple more about your business.
Hey, Paul.
Well.
Knuckle touch.
Yeah.
Knuckle touch.
Alright, before I start talking shit about people.
Oh, that already happened.
Well, okay, so I have 2 things I want to ask you both. One is how your semester is going, and 2 is the NFL kneeling thing. Because I want to get into this discussion about that.
Ooh, going straight for the hard topics.
Yeah. Which one?
I didn't prepare.
Which one
talked about this in my class yesterday, but we'll talk about this.
I'll explain why I think it's a fascinating topic if we decide to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast the other
JRE.
day. Yeah, JRE. And I forget which guest is on, but this guest and Joe were talking.
Mm-hmm.
And the guest brings up how this issue is literally a distillation of everything going on in America right now between the right and the left.
I can agree to that. I can agree.
Right? Because it's basically you got one faction going, look, that flag up there that we're saluting and standing up for represents a country of bigotry and prejudice and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have another side say, no, it's fucking America. You can't do that shit. Just fucking, we're gonna fucking, you can't do that shit here. And yeah.
I think that second argument is bullshit.
I'm just saying that's the
No. I'm just saying that like right now on the record. You can believe that if you want to.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do whatever you want.
Right, but
I think that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, now
and
why?
This is why. This is what I'm saying. People use that argument and say it's a disrespect to the soldiers who fought and died, or
that's the main argument.
That is not even what the kneeling is about. I don't know why they're bringing into this. This is not about the soldiers. This is not disrespecting the soldiers. As a matter of fact, Colin Kaepernick, who started this whole thing, asked a member of the United States military.
Yo, this is about people. This is not reported. I mean, it's getting reported now, but it was reported last year.
No,
I remember hearing this shit.
No, he asked a member of the United States military.
Nate Bauer, I think.
Nate Bauer, that's his name.
Nate Bauer. Yeah.
He was just like he said because before he was sitting apparently. I heard this all on ESPN. And this guy said it beautifully. So I'm just reciting what he said, and then I guess I'll add my own opinion. But he asked this man who gave his life for this country, but sacrificed a lot for this country by fighting in the armed forces.
He called him basically.
He called him, and he said, instead of kneeling, instead of sitting, you should kneel, and that would be a lot better. And I don't see that as disrespectful.
Because when you kneel, because service members kneel when they're kneeling in front of a passed away, I guess, service member.
Exactly.
So it's a show.
So there's not, exactly. So if that's not a disrespectful gesture at all.
And the guy who did it with him, I think Eric Reed, who would kneel with Kaepernick, would be like, to me, it symbolizes like a flag at half mast, like a tragedy of sorts.
Exactly, that's fitting. So, I think it's fitting. Yeah. And then people are out here saying he's disrespecting the military. You don't do that. I don't see it at all. He's doing it because, and this is what I think. He's saying that freedom and justice for all. That's what we always hear. But until we see change in the way people of color are being treated in this country,
right?
Since this has been happening, this isn't new. This has been happening
as long as America's been around.
For as long as America's been around. Sure, it's a little better than the '60s. And, you know what I mean. There's making progress, but there's just still a lot of work to be done, and a lot of stuff just seems to be thrown under the carpet, especially when it comes to people of color. So why would he stand for a flag that says freedom and justice for all? And not have everybody in the United States be treated, not just treated equally, but be equally represented. And so just taking a knee to show a stand. Because you can say that all day long. But doing something like this, that's because you're seeing how mad people are.
Well, to me, he's totally a hero.
I think that's just super interesting. And I 100% agree with them. Yeah. Just not only as a person, just as a person of color. Because this directly affects me. Right. You know what I mean? And I think the presidential administration is doing an awful job handling this. I think it's just embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing, and we should all calling him. I love how he says people that basically wear swastikas and wave the Confederate flag around. Oh, they're great. What is it? They're like great people. There are some good people on both sides. Yeah, but
there's some very fine
people on both sides. But if you're kneeling, not peaceful protests, mind you. This is peaceful. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with saying with kneeling. You're not hurting anybody. You're not holding two middle fingers up towards the flag. You're just doing your own thing. But if somebody's doing this, just kneeling, not disrespecting anybody, calling them sons of bitches, demanding them for their job to get just to be benched or just thrown off the team. I just think it's embarrassing. I don't understand. Because for the guy that made fun of John McCain for not being a war hero or something, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's red meat for the base. Because that's what his base like. They totally every time they see a player kneel, like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
There's a video on Twitter going around of those types of people like burning their season tickets, and it's just like if I see another person kneel for that flag, I swear to God, I'm burning your jersey. And it's like, all right, is that like really the way to go? It's like, is burning memorabilia and season tickets like the way to like open it? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. If they're really caring about disrespecting the flag, apparently you can't wear the flag. People do that shit all the time. Yeah. People, you know what I mean? You can't. There's that, and I don't know. Somebody said, I forgot the name of this anchor, real quick, that he said just a fantastic just thing to think about. If Colin Kaepernick said he was taking a knee for soldiers, who are, let's just say they come back to America, they're not getting what they were promised, maybe, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're a lot of them suffer from PTSD, high rates of depression, and high suicide rates as well among soldiers. And he's saying until there's attention being brought to that, I'm going to kneel. Would you be thinking of the same thing? Because your argument seems to consist of it's disrespecting the soldiers. But if his argument was for the soldiers, would you be saying the same thing? Or I don't know. I think they'd find. I think it's just because it's a person of color doing it for other people of color, and we're just like. And they have such a high platform, and it just makes them uncomfortable. I don't want to deal with this. Why are you're this is what you're doing. You're disrespecting this. They're kind of trying to find a reason as to why, but I don't know.
I think the biggest because the counter argument to all this is this is that's the American flag. How many people die for that flag? I don't care. Those are the three key words. I don't care what you think. That's the American flag. Mm-hmm. And because look, my whole family feels that way, dude.
Right under the bus, you threw them.
My whole from all of them. Not all. There's my aunt on my stepmother's side. She's agreement, and I think another one of my aunts. I saw them comment like agreed, Andrew.
Do they watch NFL?
She doesn't know.
I was like, what the fuck? Because it's that big. That's the topic is that big.
Exactly. Well, again, it's a total distillation of everything going on right now. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but yeah, my whole family feels that way. And the key, I literally like my fucking everyone, just fucking everyone. Mm-hmm. And the key reason is, honest to God, they don't know black people. They don't live here. That's the key.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Know?
That's crazy.
That's the key fucking reason.
That's insane.
Yeah, absolute. Because you wouldn't be saying that shit to some, police brutality doesn't matter if all your neighbors are black. You would not be saying that shit. But since all your neighbors are white, and all their neighbors are white, and all their, and so on and so forth.
I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, look.
I don't. Yeah, it's just until you're faced with something.
Yeah, which I guess is human nature, but it's.
I get the. I guess I get the ignorance if you call it that, but like it's kind of ignorance is still ignorance.
Yeah, you can't.
You know what I mean?
Shit,
I don't. It's just like it's just like they don't act like there's not a problem. They don't act like there's a problem at all. They're just like, no, you guys got it good now. Like sure it's better than before, like I said, but like there's still work to be done.
Yeah.
And apparently every time black people protest, there's got to be something wrong. In the 60s, it was water hoses and guard dogs, or 50s, 60s.
And that was
now
like
people
a peaceful
are painting.
protest.
That was the most peaceful it would get. Yeah. And then they would stick.
And peaceful protest is from the establishment. So.
Yeah. Well,
and then it's the First Amendment. I love how like the First Amendment applies to fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
But now that's
because again the idea is you're disrespecting America. Like
dude, they're disrespecting America by having a. I'm not arguing with you.
I know.
But I'm saying, but they're disrespecting America by having a Confederate flag.
That's NASCAR.
That shit is treason.
You see how many Confederate flags there are at like a NASCAR event?
I don't care.
That doesn't even.
That's the you keep hearing that. I don't care.
I don't care. I just don't understand that. That's ignorance. You're not even trying to listen to somebody else's argument.
Yeah. And again, because you're not faced with that argument every day.
No. I've never like talked to somebody that like disagrees with me, and I'm not gonna like argue with them. I'm just gonna be like, okay, if they want to argue with me, I'm gonna just hit them with facts,
and then they'll go,
they'll go,
disrespect.
You don't disrespect the flag.
And it's like, all right, we can't have a conversation.
No, we can't. Yeah. That sucks. That really does suck because. I don't know, you know what I mean? And this is interesting because like I feel like I just feel like they're wrong, you know what I mean? But like
But that's how they feel about
That's how they feel about me. So that's just like no, but this is the first time I've felt like even with like the whole Trump thing, I'm like I guess you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I just feel like you're just wrong, you know what I mean? And that's ignorant of me, honestly. If we're being you know what I mean, trying not to understand, but I still think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
and that goes in a whole range of other.
You really can't convince me. I think man, dude, it's embarrassing to be from here now, man. Puerto Rico's fucking getting destroyed right now.
I feel more and more guilty for not contributing. Like
I literally need to pay money to 3 different causes that I said on this podcast.
They're all.
I owe $15.
I'm pretty sure the all living former presidents have started a fund for that. So I know they did it for Harvey, and then they expanded to Irma, and I don't see why they wouldn't expand it to Puerto Rico.
I don't see that's America. That's literally not America. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's an American territory. Yeah. Like we can't just be like, oh, we'll use you when you're convenient for us. Oh, but a freaking hurricane happens. Yeah. Whatever. Reddmond, what do you think, man?
What do you think about all this?
I think it's weird that the response of kneeling is to boycott
Yeah. Well, I'm just not gonna watch the games anymore.
I think that's a really weird response. Because the NFL, people fucking love the NFL.
Yeah.
And so instead of trying to acknowledge the fact that there is like some issue going on in the country, their answer is, well, no, it's not. I'm turning away. I'm turning away.
That's not the place for it. That's another argument.
Yeah, that's not the place to bring it into a sporting event.
That's not the place. Then where is? Because everywhere. If you notice. If celebrities talk about Reddmond.
That was me.
Or?
No, that was me.
That was you.
Oh well.
Still check anyway.
That's fine.
What were you saying?
No, everybody's saying this is what I hear every time. Like remember the time? I'm pretty sure a Tribe Called Quest performed at the Grammys.
Right.
And when they performed, they did the whole Black Power fist. It was really nice. You know, they were talking about they called Donald Trump Agent Orange, and then and then Tommy Lauren, whatever her name is, she was like, "You are a celebrity." Basically, a lot of people were saying, "You're celebrities. Why are you concerning yourself with like politics?"
It's the whole power.
That's the whole power behind. Like, first of all, celebrities are people. All right, they're just not gonna like live like and not be affected with the country they live in. They obviously that's what makes celebrity interesting. That's what makes people like flock to them or maybe not like them. You know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of adds depth to their character. So just asking them to stay out of politics is really. But like if they agreed with you, then you'd be like.
Yeah, exactly.
I just really don't understand.
I was recently asked. I'm not gonna put this person's name on the air, but I will say, they asked me, "So are you still watching NFL games?" I was like, "Yeah."
Wait, I want to know what this is.
And
it's off air.
And they were like, "Are you still watching NFL games?" I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Why?" And I was like, "I don't know, because I mean, I like the NFL and I sympathize with the cause that I feel like there's definitely some issue going on."
Right, come on.
And and I feel like I sympathize with their cause, and you're like, no. Typical things that you were saying, it's not the place to do it, and like, blah, blah, blah. You're disrespecting veterans. And it's like, but like veterans like fought to give people the right to do that.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing. Like, I feel like the old school generation, I don't know, like the formal name of that generation, baby boomers maybe.
Yeah.
Generation
X, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're clinging on to this really old idea of what this flag represents. And meanwhile, here, us like millennials, we're like, no, it kind of like, it needs work.
Yeah, it needs a little work.
No, not even dude. Like some like a lot of millennials are not a lot of them, but I feel like a large portion of millennials are very conservative.
You think so?
Really?
Yeah,
No.
dude, a large portion. A lot of them are quiet. There are a lot of conservatives that are just quiet because they see all these outrage, but like legit, I feel like.
Well, okay.
I think the majority, the vast majority.
Well, wasn't if millennials only voted in the 2016 election, then Hillary would have won? Wasn't that a stat?
Was that a stat?
I
don't know. That's what I just.
But there's a lot of you can't do that with that election because there's so many different variables that if this happened, she would have won. If that happened, etc., etc.
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, that's what I heard. Just people that.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Okay,
but
well, I don't know.
No, but I will say this. I don't think them being angry at outrage culture, which is a real thing, by the way. I think it's definitely a real thing.
What?
Outrage culture, aka what
Well, everyone,
here. Which is fine, whatever. But it's an actual thing. That's whatever your opinion on that is. As I try to be diplomatic, because you never. But being angry at outrage culture, being not a fan of it, doesn't exactly make you a conservative, I don't think. But it definitely makes you a bit more sympathetic to those kind of causes, perhaps. I mean, I do know, like, I see them on my fucking newsfeed occasionally, like someone I know, and then I'll see them liking or commenting on something like fucking like Milo Yana.
Yeah.
Yamana.
And I'm like,
Yamana.
whoa, where'd you get? Whoa, okay, cool it.
There was today on my Instagram, I saw a picture of our president, and he's like I've been silent for too long, like one of those things. He's our president. If you don't like it. Just deal with it. And it was like hashtag our president, hashtag deal with it. And then there are people just saying why they don't like him, and he's just coming. First of all, like insensitive. Everybody says that. Like it's just I hear this over and over again. But like there's just so much shady shit. There's just too much. It's inexcusable, I think.
So where do you see this going? This whole flag thing.
Nowhere.
No,
It's gonna die in a week.
Not
Sadly, but yeah. I mean, I think, I will say this. I think in 10, 20, 30 years, I think Colin Kaepernick will be seen as a hero.
Yeah.
I definitely, like,
I mean, I think he's already regarded as some type of.
I think it would be, and he's not going to win, but it would be unfair, and it will be unfair when he doesn't win the 2017 Athlete of the Year award.
He's not even in the NFL anymore.
Exactly, but that's the whole point. He made that much of an impact, and he didn't even step on the field. That's it. That's the award, right? The Sports Illustrated, or
That they gave to Caitlyn Jenner.
If he wins that award, people are just gonna be livid. You know what I mean?
Oh, they will be.
I've seen this time and time and again, and I think it's funny that like there are some values that are more liberal, and then when somebody gets a little offended or somebody gets hurt by something, they're like, "Oh, you guys are snowflakes." But God forbid you kneel for an American flag, and you guys are like, "Whoa, that's too far." Another thing, just real quick.
Yeah.
Remember that Cheerios commercial?
Which one?
The Cheerios commercial with the interracial married couple and the little girl. The comments were they had to disable the YouTube comments.
Yeah, well, that happens.
People get triggered. Dude, people get absolutely triggered. I think I saw a statistic somewhere. I don't know if it's true because a lot of statistics are thrown around.
Yeah.
30% of Americans don't believe in interracial marriage.
Yeah, and you always see those. Yeah.
That's like, I think that's 600 million people. No, 300 million. 60 million people rather.
Sounds about right. If you really think about it, like all the racists in this country, it's more or less.
Mm-hmm. I just
someone's voting for Trump.
That's just.
So
that's crazy. I think that's crazy, man.
Well, I want to say two things.
Yeah.
That's where I think it's going to go. I don't think it'll disappear sort of in a few weeks, but I think it'll have ramifications in the next few years. And two, they had to disable the YouTube thing. Mm-hmm. But the thing about YouTube is definitely a sort of a haven for those kind of views. Yeah. Much more so than like a Twitter.
God. Yeah.
And it's
Actually, no. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Because I remember reading this article about how they cater to those kind of views, not intentionally, just the way the website just is. It caters that because with a conservative view, you're conservative. You're not listening to anyone but yourself and the things you agree with. So it's very much usable for someone to sit in front of a camera and just rant for 40 minutes, you know what I mean? This is actually how it is. Like, you're blah, 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 blah. Not even Alex Jones.
I wonder what Alex Jones thinks of the...
I haven't looked, honestly. Probably something similar. The weird thing with Alex Jones is he's the wild card, which is kind of what makes him so interesting. Because he's always coming up with some wacky shit that's just fantastic. Like, where did you pull that from?
I have to listen to the Joe Rogan episode now where they talk about that. I'm curious.
It's like a 7-minute video. I mean, there's a full thing, of course. I just watched the 7-minute one, and it's a good video. There's so many of those on Joe Rogan on YouTube where it just kind of it's like 7-minute versions.
Right, I've seen plenty of them. But I haven't seen this one.
It's a good one. It's he always has a really interesting perspective on things. Because I'm pretty much a Bernie Sanders type liberal where I just that kind of my leanings are politically. But I think he always has something interesting to say because he's kind of like centerish.
What did he say about the flag?
He said that Joe Rogan.
Okay, I was making sure.
Which again, for those who don't know, he's basically like politically he's kind of a centrist. Like he has some conservative views and some liberal views. Like he's totally like the anti-SJW, so social justice warrior. But he's also like he likes pot and talks about like universal income, that kind of shit. It's a little wacky, but he basically said it's a very weird way to protest a flag, like to just kneel. I think that's what he said, something to that effect.
Okay.
Sounds like something you would say.
Yeah, like it's a very weird way that they're.
It seems like a very weird way to
protest. Yeah. And that kind of, and he also has some sympathy for cops, as in not like they're okay with doing that, but more like, some of them probably aren't fit for the job. You should probably get rid of those bad apples, on the police force who are doing police brutality, because that's what the issue is about. Really, that's why Kaepernick started kneeling in the first place.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, that was his perspective. But yeah, I don't know what Alex has said about it. But yeah, he's a different animal. Like, 'cause there's a world of difference between Alex Jones and like a Milo,
or all those other, I'm sure exist, those YouTube commentators who are like that alt-right kind of wing. And YouTube, it's kind of naturally, it's a good forum for that kind of stuff. It's not a good forum, but just you figured it would, because again, it's just one dude in front of a camera just going blah, 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 blah. Whereas with Twitter, it's very short, very quick, and you're always interacting with other people. I think the word is egalitarian, I think. That could describe it.
All I know is on Twitter, like somebody could be disagreeing with you, and somebody just automatically.
Yeah.
You can tweet something. Yeah. It's very. Actually, I'm seeing a lot more. I guess it's because I'm followed to a lot more liberal things. But like every time I see like somebody say something about the flag, this is the flag. This is everyone the flag. I think Colin Kaepernick is. I agree with Colin Kaepernick, and somebody says, "Well, he's wrong." Blah 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 blah. I see, and that gets like a couple hundred likes, and then somebody responds to the person that responded to the tweet, and they get like thousands of likes saying, fuck you, or basically, I don't know.
It's a very democratic way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Of doing public opinion, whereas YouTube, it's this really weird echo chamber of, again, one dude going, woman, you know these feminists is the big one. That's the big one, that's their big issue on YouTube. Like
feminism?
Woman.
Only one.
But no, that's their big like call to arms, which is totally. I mean, there's so many things you get into with that, which that's a different conversation entirely. But yeah, that's their feminism is their big calling card. Whereas with Alex Jones, it's just beautiful, crazy shit.
Beautiful, crazy Alex Jones.
Alex J.
You see it?
AJ.
Yeah. Huh?
Egalitarian, dude?
Yeah, it's democratic, basically. Equal. In Twitter, kind of, that's just naturally what it kind of, is, I guess.
But it's crazy. This flag kneeling protest has been in the news every day.
Yeah.
It's a huge...
For like a week, man.
It is a huge thing
just
right
like every other Trump thing that he's done. Remember when Donald Jr. got caught with the Russian lawyer thing? Remember how that got...
Oh, yeah. There's so many now.
There's so much I forget.
I'm starting until I just forget.
I mean, the thing with going with that scandal is that's still being investigated. That didn't go anywhere. Right. Robert Mueller is still investigating that shit. So it's not like it just got swept under the rug. So, I mean, I'm wondering where that's going to go. Is it going to just turn up nothing? Because that's the thing with this whole administration. It's like, nothing's sticking. Like, nothing... it's like it can't be, not even defeated, just not going away. Just, because we've been dealing with Trump since June 2015. It's just there's just total before and after, and it's just weird,
June 2016?
2015 when he announced.
2015.
Because that's when politics completely changed. And
I love how you said that. It's true though.
It's true. It's literally like BC AD. Before BT AD. BT. Oh,
That's
BD80.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, this has just been on mine because I've been following. I've listened to, in terms of podcasts, Larry Wilmore has a new show.
Larry Wilmore, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he has a show on Spotify, Black on the Air. And it's what I've been listening to.
Is it a good show?
Is it good?
Always great.
He had his own show for a while.
Yeah, he got a lot of people didn't like him though.
Yeah, because
I don't know ratings.
I don't know. I mean, maybe because he had to follow Stewart. And then had to replace Colbert, and that just...
How do you do that?
There was one interview that he handled that was just painfully awkward. Though.
Bill Nye, right?
I think so.
It was Bill Nye, and yeah. That's the kind of shit that kind of killed the show. I mean, I don't know. I would watch the show, and I really liked it, so I can't really attest to why people didn't like it. But if I were to guess as to why... Maybe it's just, I don't know, it just didn't work, and now he's at this, because his podcast is 60 minutes instead of 30 minutes, and it's an interview, like, for 60 minutes, a conversation. So that might just be naturally where he is at more, which is cool, I guess. And he has a whole other career, too, like, he's literally, like, a TV show producer. Like, there's this show on HBO, Insecure. He literally co-created, he co-created that. And he did Blackish. He also helped produce.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah. So he's got...
I think he was in an episode of The Office as well.
Yeah, something like that.
Was he? What episode?
Yeah.
Or it was either The Office or Parks.
Yeah, something like that. He's in that world, and he's been in it for forever. Now he's got his own show, and it's great. So, I don't know.
I have to listen to that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's fairly newish. It's on. I listen on Spotify. I haven't bothered looking into if it's on YouTube or any other like SoundCloud or whatever. But it's It's a good podcast.
I've never looked on Spotify for podcasts.
I literally stumbled upon it because I was just like, wait, there's a podcast section? Well, I want to be here. And then there was that. Like, there's this other one that I might want to check out soon enough. Pod Saves America, which is a podcast with former employees of Obama. Like, White House interns, set the right expect. White House interns. Mm-hmm. And it's just, Wilmore interviewed them for his show. And it was really interesting. Hearing, like, the inner workings of politics, which is always a reoccurring topic I'm interested in. So, you know. So.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a good show. Anyway, so we reached the 30-minute mark. I wanted to talk about that, and now it's out of the way.
That's an important conversation.
I think it is an important conversation to be had.
So I wanted to ask, how are your guys' semesters going? Because for the listener, because they don't know. I mean, I think they know this. We don't live near each other anymore, really.
No, yeah, definitely.
I mean, we in Reddmond live next to each other, but due to the way Fort Awesome is set up, you don't leave your room really, so you never really get to interact. Which, I mean, you could argue that it makes this better. Because it's like, it's more natural because we haven't seen each other, literally. Mm-hmm. So it makes this conversation more natural.
I saw you on Wednesday.
Huh?
I saw you on Wednesday, though.
But you know what I mean. Like, we're all in the room together, and we're all just hanging out.
Like, last year, doors were open.
Yeah, we'd
exactly.
always hang out.
That was a big hangout spot.
Yeah.
That was.
Which was cool in a way, but I definitely
If I was in that environment now, I would have none of my work done.
Oh, me too. Yeah, that's a good thing because I have a lot of reading.
Oh,
and
shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't think I would either.
Yeah.
I would have none of it done.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I walked before the podcast. I was gonna tell Reddmond that Jared was coming, and I had this reading I had to do, and it's not boring, but it's a slog to get through. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not even the worst one I've read yet this semester, but it's like I don't want to do work right now.
So you walked in and you were telling me about your homework. You walked in and saw me doing homework,
and then we were just like,
I was like, "Oh, we gotta do the podcast."
Right, exactly. But yeah, we don't. That's a rarity now, which again, in a positive way to spend it. This makes this better probably. But yeah, how are your semesters going? And beyond, how's it going? Because we really haven't talked about that. Because before, we'd always kind of just get a sense of how it's going, Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I figured that'd be a good starting point and just get, go from
Starting
there.
point. Ha.
Yeah.
Do you want me?
What he wants to go? I don't care.
It's been pretty good. I have a job again.
Okay,
I have
where's
2 jobs now, I guess.
Drum
See, I didn't
roll.
know that. I didn't know this.
See,
This is
2
new.
jobs, and it's exactly like last year. I work at the Halloween store again.
Right. Okay.
Spirit Halloween.
Shout out, sponsor
Shout out,
us.
Sponsor us, please.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I the way I get there, I call it I'm doing air quotes, the grown ass man commute, and this is what I mean when I'm talking about that. I had to go in at 9:30 today, so to wake up at around 8 something. Didn't shower. I just kind of went.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Took the loop to the train station. Take the train 1 stop.
Oh Lord.
Then walk 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm at the store.
Sounds like my high school experience.
See?
Commuting,
So now I feel I guess I know how you feel now. Then but I like the drive. It's very low stress, nothing crazy.
Well, yeah. I always found the commute to be decompressing, which is interesting because I didn't get that in college, which is weird. I noticed that.
It's just like I'm in such like I've gotten used to it now since I did last year, but now it's just like such a system.
Yeah.
Where I just do it, and I have my music. I'm chill. Like I feel like just like a regular. Like I'm used to it now. I don't mind.
Yeah, I got into a lot of albums from just that. Of just
fucking.
You have to listen.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing. Just the walk and the loop. The train ride not so much because I'm on there for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But after that, it's just. And then I work at the restaurant still.
Right.
I'm working there tomorrow night.
Right.
And it's just. That schoolwork is not too terrible,
So how do you balance it all then? What do you do?
I have a lot of time before classes and sometimes after classes. So like sometimes like after I go I have a quiz on Monday for theater histories. So what I'm gonna do is, and I work on Sunday.
Okay.
So I'm probably just going.
Wait, you work Sunday and then Saturday night?
I work. Yeah, no, I work. I work the two. I go to both places tomorrow. So.
Okay.
At 12, I have to start, and then I leave. I end at 6, and then I have to go up back home, and I have to work from 7 to around 1 or 2. and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up. I think at like 9. I have to be there by like 9:30.
At night?
No, in the morning.
Morning for Sunday.
For Sunday.
Okay.
But then after that shift, I'm probably just gonna sleep. And then
Sleep.
I'm probably gonna do the quiz.
Quiz.
And do some work, see what I have to
Well, the
do.
quiz is like, because I'm in the same class with Jared. It's like, what, 15 minutes?
It's 15 minutes,
Like,
not that much. I think I'll be fine.
You'll be definitely. I just find that curious balancing out. Because I felt, I mean, this year isn't so bad, but last year I had 3 classes and like a work study, which is like 8 hours a week, and that felt overwhelming. Like almost, like it got to the point where it was like it almost felt overwhelming.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because I think the reason was I was taking 2 like screenwriting classes, where I was literally, and that's its own sort of stress in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt more time consuming than what I'm doing now, which is just fucking readings. But then again, the thing is too, I don't feel like I'm doing anything with readings. I don't like, you know what? I remember because you do read a lot of reading classes.
Mm-hmm.
You read something and you go, all right, I'm done now what?
Yeah.
No, I feel that.
You know, and what?
Also, what I might be doing is, who's the guy that directed Moonlight? James Baldwin? No,
Barry
Jenkins. He's doing another movie.
Oh shit!
That's being filmed in the city. And then what's it called? If Something Street Could Talk.
Okay.
And they're looking for extras that are people of color, and then me and my friend Gabe may do it because they just want us to send a selfie of what we look like now. If I pick my hair out, dude, it's out to here and it goes over my ears. I did it the other day. It's insane. So, yeah, I may do that just to say if it gets nominated for an Oscar, I'm like,
I was in that.
Yeah, so I think I want to do that. I gotta send in my pictures soon.
Speaking of films being made over here, you know The Irishman? Martin Scorsese's new film? You know, that might be being part of it might be filmed at Manhattanville campus.
Really? Why?
That's just what I read somewhere.
Really?
For like one scene where the Irishman talks to his son at college.
How cool would that be, though?
Yeah,
That would
it's
be
true.
pretty cool.
Everyone fucking says that the Black Swan was filmed here, right? Oh, it's a part of it. Yeah, something like that.
Wait, now in the film building, right? You see how there are posters of like Ice Age? What is that? What is their connection?
I think
to
those are
poster?
people who worked on
Yes,
Oh.
which makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because I was like, do they?
Yeah.
They have Ice Age, Place Beyond the Pines. They have other stuff as well.
Fucking.
Apparently, you know that movie with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, sisters.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yes.
there was the beginning was filmed right in front of Iron Tomato in White Plains.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's.
I mean,
really cool.
if from a filmmaker's perspective, White Plains is cool because it looks like a city, but it's probably not as expensive to film there.
Not at all.
What do you mean?
No, not as nearly as expensive. You're right.
Yeah. Oh,
I was agreeing with you. I said that wrong.
Oh, well, because I mean, because I also know it's also a lot of rich people there. So I don't know if
White Plains?
I think so, right? Or
Yeah.
The
just
area
Westchester?
surrounding White Plains, yes.
Oh.
The
So-
Westchester in general is considered, I think, a wealthy area.
Oh, okay. I'm just because I don't know. Because I know filming in a city, it's kind of its own, it's its own rules and whatnot. Like tax, because there's a reason why they don't film every movie in like New York or LA or blah blah Chicago blah. They always go to like
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Then they go to another Marvel.
Yeah,
goes to
Atlanta's
good.
pretty hot right now.
There's a few other cities that are.
I'm trying to
stand-
think.
Let me type that.
I'm
That's
trying to
a
think.
cool
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's a good. I know Atlanta's one of them.
Stand.
Fuck. Where else?
Wikipedia. Toronto. Is a
Toronto?
big one.
Oh yeah.
Toronto. More often than not, I think it was said that if you see New York in a movie, it's Toronto.
Really?
Yeah. And this is like the ground, like filming. I forget where I found this, but it's a kind of really cool little place on like Wikipedia where they're just talking about this shit. This is so. I don't know what to fucking type in to find this.
No.
Well, anyway, the point being, yeah, Toronto's another. I think Vancouver was one. I know they did Man of Steel
Vancouver.
there.
Yeah, Man of Steel. They did Deadpool. Deadpool 2, rather.
Yeah. So yeah, anywhere you see a city, it's usually one of those cities. And White Plains.
I
probably,
remember
yeah.
when the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
Chicago.
They filmed in I thought it was Cleveland. They filmed a little bit in Chicago.
Yes,
and
both,
then
I think.
Okay.
Chicago,
and
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Dark Knight
And
was
New York.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Dark Knight. Yes, Dark Knight was Chicago. Batman Begins. Part Chicago, part film set, which is why it has such a cool fucking look.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The gritty Gotham
that
look.
went
they
away.
Really
Totally went away in Dark Knight.
You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that because like in the part with the subway with Rachel,
Yeah.
where he was like on the pipe and then
That's
she like
all
tased him.
Batman. I love that.
I thought that
yeah.
was dope.
Yeah, I was telling Tyler this. We went to see Hans Zimmer with this. I mentioned that already.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking after, and I was just and I probably told other people this, but that Batman Begins movie, it's totally the most Batman movie of those three.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like Batman. You know?
Yeah,
And that's fucking
then I
cool.
feel like the newer ones are like more of a nouveau Batman type thing.
Yeah, I just
I
see
can
him
see it.
as movies just about a dude who's just kind of a heroic figure. I don't really see them as Batman movies. I don't, I don't make the I mean, of course, obviously, there's a guy with a fucking bat costume, but like thematically, they're not. That's not. If anything, Batman, and Superman, ironically, for people who hated the movie, did Batman pretty. They got it more or less. But yeah, and then Chicago was New York. Chicago was Dark Knight, and then for some Rises, I don't know why they didn't go back to Chicago, but they used New York and Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I remember
Pittsburgh,
wasn't there a Wall Street like kind of thing?
Yeah.
in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, and then you
was.
see they used the skyline of New York as the skyline of Gotham.
Yes, they did. It
For
was
again,
very
yeah.
evident that it was New York. I
Yeah,
feel
for
like they could
whatever
have
reason.
changed it. They could have
Yeah.
at least the technology is advanced now.
Yeah.
They could have just it was so obviously Manhattan and then like Brooklyn and Queens.
That's cool, but why? I wonder what happens that
They needed all those bridges.
I mean, and of course,
yeah.
all those are CGI too. by the way.
Pioneer Bridge,
Yeah.
freaking all those yeah. There's just so many.
Because in the shot where Bane activates his device that blows up the bridges, there's like 5 bridges there that do not exist in real life.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I wonder what that story is. That they just didn't go back to Chicago to finish it, Because it's not inconsistent, but it's like, okay.
It's like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I can't even what did you feel like New York was more representative of the Gotham you wanted to tell in this story? I don't know, but that's a thing. But yeah, it's so Irishman's filming. That's cool.
What about you, Redmond?
How is your semester going, Redmond? You missed her because Redmond doesn't really like to talk about this. I mean, I don't think you're as emotionally honest as this one is, which is interesting.
Emotionally honest.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretentious way. Yeah,
Your favorite word? I'm noticing your favorite word this semester is pretentious.
pretentious. Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna start counting now how many times it says
Pretentious.
pretentious. 7, 8, 9, 10. How is my semester going? My semester, I'm on the brink
Of what?
of being overwhelmed.
You are really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Why is that, man?
Between all the reading I have to do and the screenwriting I have to do and the internship at the New Burger,
Right. Almost.
I'm on the brink. I'm curious to see because for those who don't know, over at the New Burger Museum of Art, I am hosting a podcast called, get ready for it, a working title,
Okay.
The New Burger Experience.
I like it. That's
Perfect.
fine. That's
And
great. I would have told you if it was shit.
and I will be hosting and like kind of editing and kind of creating and writing all of it, whatever. So that hasn't officially started yet. That starts probably around in 2 weeks.
Right.
So I want to see how that goes, and when that kind of gets worked into my schedule, how what's life going to be looking like when I gotta say, I gotta edit this fucking this second podcast, and I gotta do 2 podcasts, and then but
I didn't realize.
I mean, I think a cool way to look at it is pretend this is your job and you're getting paid for it.
why not?
I know. That's the but
That's the compelling just.
Here's a funny story. I had to go to Armonk around here.
What?
Armonk.
What's that? Oh wait.
This I don't know if it's a town, I think.
Yeah. I think I
Next
passed
door kind of. So the New Burger was part of this art show. It was called the Armonk Art Show. Outdoor art show, excuse me. And it was this huge field just covered with booths of, I guess, different organizations that were affiliated with the arts in some way. And the New Burger was there, and they said, Redmond, they said, Redmond, can you help us out with it? And I was like, sure, what do I have to do? So they didn't really tell me what I had to do until I got there. So I get there, and first of all, it's really hot. It's 90 degrees, and they have this tent all the way in the back, and they're like, hey, Redmond, so today you're just going to be helping little kids. You're going to be helping, and my brain instantly said, God damn it. You're going to be helping little kids make collages, and then those collages are going to be turned into pinwheels. And I thought, oh my God! So the whole time, and granted, it was only like 4 hours, but enough time. That's 4 hours. That's equivalent. I would work a 4 hour stop and shop shift. So this was kind of that to a degree. But so the whole time I was standing by this bucket of just cut up like paper and collage material, and these little squirt kids would come up to me.
They're like, what do you do?
That's like exactly what this.
So what is this?
Like then you have the douchey kids like, so like what am I doing? And I'd be like, oh, okay, so we're gonna make a collage, and then the parents would come in. What is Aiden gonna be doing? What is Liam about to be doing? All of these like rich, pretentious white kids and their parents, and it was just this weird thing. And then they said, you're like a social media intern, so like, can you be taking some pictures of the kids doing art? You just ask the parents for permission.
Right.
So first of all, I don't really know how to go about. How do I ask these parents? Like, oh, I'm with the new. I look like this little asshole of a guy standing there with the name tag that's with a name no one can pronounce. And I work with the Newberger. Can I take a picture of your kid drawing? So I did that to one person, and they were like, no, get the hell out of here. No way. And he looked at his wife, and he was like this really like kind of like chubby, like kind of like weird dude. And I was like, I'm with the Newberger. I'm this intern, and they want me to take pictures of for the social media. Can I take a picture of your kid, doing the project or whatever? And he was like, no. Just like that, dude. I swear. He's like, no.
Oh my God.
So then I was like, fuck that. So then I just probably it's illegal, but I just started snapping pictures of just everything around.
If it's a public space, I don't.
No, and then I said to the people who were in charge, I said, look, they should know that Newberger is going to be taking pictures. Yeah. So don't come to the booth if you don't want your faces online.
Slipped in the McGregor.
Yeah, don't come to my booth if you don't want your kids on my social media. Yeah. So, but besides that, I mean, working for the Newberger has been an okay experience.
All right, that's good. Speaking of just really quick internships, when you want to film a thing, really quick, just business.
Oh, I think you said we're doing it Tuesday.
Oh, right. I said Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
had this conversation.
Speaking of internships,
Ooh.
Yeah.
should we tell Jared about what happened with
Oh yeah, you didn't
the
know.
solar?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we and for the listener, we have concluded this solar storyline.
Is it good?
Pretty reasonably.
Reasonably
So where we
It's
left,
weird.
where we left
Okay.
off,
I'd
where
like
we
to
left
hear.
off,
Solar
we were
Part
calling.
3.
Yeah, we have So the solar rises.
Eric rises.
Eric, right? So we left off basically. We called Eric as kind of a joke, and he called, and we were just kind of what would you say, phone tag sort of.
Yeah, well, we were. He kept calling me, and I couldn't answer. I was always in class when he'd call me.
Yeah.
So one day I
So-
just called him back when I was in here.
This is last Friday. No, Thursday rather. This is Thursday. Eric picks up the phone. What do you want? Who tells the story?
No, you tell the story.
Eric.
Okay,
picks-
were you there?
I was right because I was like, let's call Eric. I think that's what it is. Let's
Yeah.
call Eric. Fuck it, let's call Eric. Eric picked up the phone. Hello. He's just the thing is, you were playing Justin, but you kind of fucked up because you were like a Justin from California. Like, hi, yeah, this is Justin, and you were just kind of doing Justin, which doesn't. Whatever.
That was the character.
Yeah. Well, you didn't exaggerate it as much, which would have helped, but regardless. As I criticized your performance, anyway, that's not the point.
A prank phone call.
So, this is Justin. I just called about your film workshops. Your film workshops. Film, what for? The film work. This is more or less what happened, right? The film work. I saw on Facebook. Oh. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? This is
No, you're
someone-
leaving out one important. Maybe
I'm getting there.
Okay.
No, I get it. Could you? Yeah, I'm calling for the film workshop. So one. Oh, right. Oh, okay. And then you're like, okay, who is this? Eric? No, this isn't Eric. And I'm like, pause. What the fuck? Of course it's fucking Eric. I know. Yeah, same accent, same everything. And I'm like, and the weird thing is, because he's heard the voice. he's heard,
My character Justin has
has-
heard Eric's real voice.
and Eric's not this guy. He's using his real voice. No, Eric's not at the phone. That's just I don't know.
He said it was Robert.
Robert. And here's the thing. It's like,
He said his name was Robert.
is the problem with you for not calling that out, or with him? It's obviously with him, right? That you just are you that unprofessional? Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
It's not Redmond's problem.
Right?
It's
Okay.
not. It's not.
Not Justin's problem.
Justin's
that's
problem.
fucking weird. But
That's just. Dude,
And-
what's his life like when he goes home?
Eric?
That's what I want to know.
I mean,
Sad.
Doesn't his son like not respect him?
more or less. I mean, I'm sure it's not like he's is this Mike? Oh, Mike's here.
I heard him
This is
sigh.
Redmond's. Oh, you
I heard
heard
him
him sigh.
before he opened the door.
Hi, Mike.
Hey,
And welcome.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay, don't worry
alright,
about it.
man. It's your place.
So Eric picks up the. No, he's on the phone, and he's just being, oh, this is Eric. This is, He didn't say, but where was I? Hold on, it threw me for a loop really quick.
Robert, this is Robert.
This is Robert. Oh, and then it sounds kind of lame because Eric's basically not selling his shit at all, in any way. He's just going, yeah, we do that, and we do that, yeah, we do that, and it was like, because it was like, all right, I guess I'll talk to you later, Eric, or no, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. And I'm like, I thought, because look, Eric, for what he is, he's not a dumb guy. There's weird shit about him.
I think he's kind of.
But
That just proves that
it's
he's
not
kinda
dumb as in like, dee, I'm a fucking moron. It's more of like, I don't know what you call it.
Clueless?
Clueless. Oblivious, completely
Both,
oblivious.
a little of both.
Okay.
Cause again, he's not dumb. It's not dumb. It's clueless more than dumb.
Okay.
And it's just like, what? Why would you do that? Why? I thought, because again, he's clueless, not dumb. I think he was on the Reddmond's act. Like,
Really?
oh, I left out one detail.
One pretty significant detail.
What detail?
Unasked for a last name, Justin Reddmond here said.
I said my last name was I said my name was Justin Horwitz.
AKA the composer for La La Land. So
No, and here's the thing. During our conversation, he googled
he
that
Googled
name.
and he's like, "Oh, you're a composer?" Because Redmond's just spinning this tale of like, "Yeah, I'm in LA. I just graduated UCLA." Which, by the way, Justin Horwitz went to Harvard, not UCLA. And it says it on the thing when you Google Justin Horwitz. It says it right there. Harvard graduate, not UCLA. So already his story is bullshit. And that's what I thought Eric picked up on.
But he didn't.
Well, I'm getting there. So again, it just the conversation ends. I'm like, dude, you fucked up. I didn't say that.
And
But
Paul was real disappointed.
I was like, you fucked up, man. You could have totally fucked with him even more. And it was like, but whatever. This is my old boss. Who gives a shit? So then Friday, I'm just in my room, and then I hear a knock on the door. I go, and he's on the phone with Eric. I'm literally, I thought he left a voicemail. No, it's a live conversation. Mm-hmm. And he could have heard my voice. He didn't. But
I had it on mute.
He had it on mute. And they're just chit-chatting. It was like a 10-minute conversation.
It was a great conversation. We talked about
Yeah.
movies. I was like, I really like the film Americans. I was
You talked
everything
to him like
Yeah.
that?
everything Paul told me about him, how he worked with Ang Lee, how he
Yeah.
worked on American Psycho. I was like, yeah, I really like Ang Lee films. He was like, yeah, I went to NYU with Ang Lee was in my class. I was like, oh, really? That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And then
That's
I
true?
really like.
I think so.
I really like American Psycho. He's like, yeah, we worked on that. And then he started talking about La La Land and Whiplash. He was like, yeah, I really like Whiplash and all this. I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
He's a genuine. That's the thing. He's with the few positive traits he had. He is a genuine film buff. He does like movies a lot, and that's fine. Like when you get him talking about that, yeah, you could talk for 20 minutes about it. And it's more or less engaging.
But then not that I will cut your head off.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly.
I will
It's
fuck
just-
you up.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know, but that happened. You can talk about film, just don't work for him, I guess. And just a bunch of, and then of course he didn't call it. But here's the weird thing too. Before we close up on this, at not one point did he call Reddmond on his bullshit. Because if you did a 30 seconds of googling, This is obviously not Justin Horowitz, the composer.
Wait, did you say you were the composer?
He still kept the story of like, and he kept like, yeah, oh, so you're flying New York from LA? Yeah, I'll fly.
Because Scott kept pushing it.
Wow.
I
Okay,
don't-
that's funny.
I don't know, and that's the thing. And then the thing with Eric really is just you don't know what's bullshit and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says something like Ang Lee, he works. Okay, that's cool. It's fine. That's if that happened, cool. But then he'll just lie about shit. Like, it's not Eric on the phone. Then what's true then? If you say shit like little shit like that, then what's true?
Was Ang Lee really in your class?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. I really have no.
He's just that's a weird part of the world right there. That office and who he is.
In Soho.
Yeah, I'm glad you talked to him because now you get a little taste of what Oh, that's for Paul. Because otherwise, it literally felt like it was a character in my head that I created.
For the whole summer.
Yeah, for the whole
We're just gaslighting.
It was like Fight Club.
Something like a Gas Fight Club. Yeah, all that. And I don't know. But that's the conclusion.
You guys were you're Superman and he's Lex Luthor,
more or less. Yeah, my Lex Luthor
or the
I will cut
Joker
your-
and you're
yeah.
Batman.
I will cut your head off. And that's the thing too.
He knows how to get to you. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, because we are very similar people. I honest to God think so. Like, I think we have a lot of the same quirks. I think, which because that's the thing. When anyone really gets under your skin, I'm convinced it's because you're like them. Basically, it's
Really?
that. Yeah, that's
interesting.
Carl Jung, I think that's a Carl Jung quote. Like a good way to find out about yourself is what bothers you, and more often than not, it's like a mirror. Like if like if you don't like judgmental people, sometimes it's because you're a judgmental person, and it's that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's why it's that kind of psychology. I mean it's why it's a lot of the Batman stuff kind of relates to that, but like his villains and whatnot, they're always stark mirrors of him. Like the Joker, Penguin, there's always aspects of his character in his rogues gallery, and that's a part of why it works. Is because I think that's kind of true, which is why Eric bothers me. I think more, yeah.
Because he's
Like a creepy mirror image. You're like, oh god, I could be you in like.
That's
50
what I was
years.
literally just about
Yeah.
to say.
Like I could end up, having a fucking film company.
We're gonna get a call from Paul Hoti in like 20 years. Hey, you want to come to my?
Solar. It's called Oh.
But you're gonna have your own
Moonlit
like
Productions
studio,
or something.
like low time studio in New York.
I mean,
They'll probably be in like New Jersey. It'll probably be in your Staten Island or something.
I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with that. What he has is, he does film shoots. I mean, he does headshots. He does workshops, which is a genuine thing. It's cool to learn teach people how to do this, But you don't have to lie and say you have 3 feature films in fucking production. Which is a direct quote, by the way. It's, we have 2 features in production, actually. One's in pre... No, you don't. You definitely fucking don't. So, that's...
Jeez.
it's another look into my psychology, I guess. And that concludes the Eric storyline, I guess, more or less.
storyline, huh?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, so I guess this is just the end. This is the end.
I mean, of course he'll come up again, but that's just... I'm not going to bother with, like, hey, let's prank call me. Like, no, we did that. We're done.
He called me again. I didn't answer though.
Did he? Did he leave a message? What did he call you?
No, he didn't.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, just...
I have messages from him though.
And it's just... Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
mean, you've never heard of this. You want to play it for a listener over here, or not really? Is this something we want to do? Here we go.
Hi, this is message is Justin. This is Eric from Solar Productions. You had called to inquire about our film workshop. If you can give us a call at 212-4...
Yeah, what's that accent? Is that...
What's his last name?
Lao.
Wow, that's
Vietnamese
almost
or-
100%. No, it's not Vietnamese.
It's what?
I think it's literally just Chinese.
But it's... I don't know. I mean, he says he's from Hong Kong, so... Which I believe that, so...
There you go. Cantonese. Cantonese accent.
That's just...
Lao is it like Vietnamese has? I think it's
Because he
There's
said,
a-
he
there's a-
said Vietnamese, so I just went with that. But what'd you say?
damn. The way it's a lot of it is spelled. There are certain accents around it that you can tell. Like, I'm pretty sure that I with the line through it, and a lot of times there's a Vietnamese name. How you can tell it's a Korean name is if it's like 3 You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3 or something like that. Kim is like, there's 21% of the Korean population's last name is Kim.
My advisor's last name is Kim.
Oh, okay.
There's a good chance she's Korean.
Yeah.
This is really interesting stuff. And then, Japanese last names, a lot of them, there's some vowels. I think they end in a you know what I mean? And a lot of them very similarly end in vowels. Apparently, I don't know. That's just things that, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to, what was it? Like, not that I've noticed, but just like, apparently it's a common trait from what I hear. So it's very, I don't know.
You know what I learned today?
What?
I was at the barber shop and I was with my dad, and he was talking to the barber because he was getting a haircut. And the barber, well, I went first, and then
Your dad does that too.
You
He gets a
haircut. It looks
He gets a
nice.
haircut with you too.
Well, yeah, he
My
tried to
dad
take
does
me.
it. Yeah, my dad does that. I have so many members of American.
It's one of those things. So we went to this. The barber I usually go to, he wasn't there, so we went to this different place. Real good guy. He was this real, like, old school Italian guy. And
You put the towel on your face?
no, it wasn't that like classy place. He just had a cool. We were talking about movies. We were talking about The Godfather. I was like, oh, this guy's cool. I'm coming back. But when my dad went, he was talking about how we're from like Italy or something like that. Blah blah blah. Just shooting the shit. And my dad was saying something like, yeah, the last name. I don't know if it's like really how you spell like our last name, like Perone. I was like, what? Like, our spelling of my name isn't, like, you don't know if this is how you spell, like, our last name.
That's the classic Ellis Island. They fuck with your name, right?
Yeah.
That kind of
Crazy.
That's true.
It's happened.
Either Perrone, Peroni, Peiro. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So the barber recommended, he said, go to the city where you know you're from, in Sicily,
Jesus.
go to a
Godfather
graveyard,
Okay.
and look for someone with your last name.
And
No, but that's a pretty common last name.
Perone. Is that how the actually say it?
Pirone.
Right.
I'm gonna start. I have to introduce myself, I will be saying, "What's your name?" Reddmond Perone. How douchey would that be?
That would be dude.
How old? That would get old real quick.
I think it would. That'd be.
Perone, no, Pirone.
Pirone.
Where are you from? I'm from New Jersey.
Oh man.
You sound like you have an accent now.
It's like one of those people though. Like if I'm talking about something, and it's like, oh yeah, you put some mozzarella cheese. It's mozzarella. It's mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't
I'm
go
sorry,
that far.
my bad. Anyway, like, I don't know.
I don't go
man.
that far.
Like I get it. I understand.
I feel like an ass when I say it like that.
What?
Mozzarella? You got the mozzarella?
Mozzarella. Come on, it's easy. Get the mozzarella. I'm like, oh my gosh.
There's two
alright.
types of people in this world. People who call it mozzarella and people who call it mozzarella.
Yeah.
I think I'm number 2.
Yeah, me too.
Number 2, yeah. As
Number
well.
2. What's it?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I've heard that.
Cause like when somebody's like,
oh, we're gonna have a little rendezvous. I'm not like, c'est rendezvous. Like, I'm not correcting them like that. You know what I mean?
Route.
Rendezvous.
Route. I know that's the one I learned. Route and route.
Route and route. Oh yeah. What do you guys say?
I say root.
Route.
say
Yeah.
route.
It
British.
depends.
Depends. Oh, if you want to go down that route, I say down that route. But if like, oh, Route 202, like it's a street, like there's just like, okay, cool. That's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like pecan and pecan.
I say pecan. Or aunt and aunt.
I say aunt.
You say aunt?
Yes.
I've never met someone who says aunt.
My aunt. Actually, yeah, no. I think I'm pretty seriously say aunt all the time. Really?
First time. You say
I say auntie. Like, I
really?
call my
I've
auntie, like, on the
never
auntie list, so I say
ever
aunt,
thought
my
of
aunt.
saying auntie.
Really? That's what I call my say. Oh, this is my auntie Liz, my aunt. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What about? Hold up. There's this one. Today. Oh my God. And my old roommate today at work. No. Today at work. Somebody at work was just like, hey, do you guys have crayon costume? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
A
That's a big
crayon.
one.
Like, a crayon. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, Crayola. A crayon? There's no Y for you? Like, my roommate, like, at Buffalo State would just stand by saying, it's crayon. I'm like, bro, it's crayon. There's a Y. There's a Y.
I say both.
You say crayon, bro?
I say crayon.
No.
Who's fucking with you?
No way. No, you don't.
I do.
No.
Or I have. I gotta go in and out sometimes.
Give me a crayon.
Huh?
Give me a crayon.
Give me a crayon. Give me the right crayon.
Like a crayon. No.
Crayon just rolls off better than crayon.
Crayon. It's a dumb word.
Crayon. They couldn't go with a better word. A
Crayon. This is like a
Crayon.
Star Trek villain. Crayon. The crayons.
Crayon. Anyways, I don't know. I get if it rolls off the tongue, whatever. But like, it's just
Crayon.
crayon.
It's still wrong.
Just don't look at me when you act like I don't understand what you're like. When I don't understand what you're saying, like I don't know what you're looking for. Crayon. Like,
Crayon.
I don't know. You know, I just gave him a crayon. I'm like, what the like?
Did he end up getting the crayon costume?
No, she left. Like, she couldn't find it for her daughter, so she was like, It makes my day. It makes my day when a little kid, you know, gets a costume that he likes and finds it, and I point them in the right direction. I'm like, I'm the source of your happiness.
Little kids don't do that to me.
No, they don't.
Nope.
No, some kids are. One kid, some lady with like 7 kids.
Like
Comes
sleeping.
and she just comes in and they just destroy the store. One kid just opened a crossbow, like a fake crossbow that we had, and just opened it, took it out of the box, ripped the box completely, and then when one of the managers tried to make the parents pay for it, she just refused. So now we just have a broken crossbow or something. Mind you, the kid is 12 years old.
Oh.
That's even worse. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's just, the kids run around the store, and then just, oh my god, it's just insane. I don't know.
Look at what my kid drew.
Yeah.
The Louis C.K. bit.
Oh, is that a bit?
That's his kind of humor.
Oh.
At least in terms of kids, you know. Oh, look at my like shit. No, it's not. It's not good.
When I was at Armonk with Newberg, I was like, "This is a Louis C.K.
episode?
skit,
Yeah.
just like waiting to fucking happen, where like dad comes over or he comes over with his kid, and then there's another kid drawing. You know?
Yeah,
He's like, hey, you took my kid's crayon.
You took my
or
kid's
something."
paper.
Oh,
That wasn't very nice.
yeah.
My paper.
No, you don't own anything.
You know, I was just about to say some shit like that. So, man.
God damn.
What was that?
My iPhone.
Oh, your iPhone.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not an Android.
So,
Dude, people are so quick to shit on Android, but I'm just like,
Oh, that's right, you're Android.
yeah, man. Oh my god. It's just like, it's not even, I don't know. I saw this thing called like basic iPhone starter pack or something, and the first picture is a cracked screen. Oh man, I love that. But yeah, I will not get into an argument with somebody over. That's dumb. That's
Do you have an
basic.
Android? Fuck you.
Just like wow, like they make fun of you for like. I'm like,
Yo, get it. Yo, everyone, Jared has an Android phone. Oh, what?
it's like what? Are you just that a slave to like capitalist values? Like, oh my god, it's just we're all just like,
Yeah, you know Max where it's at.
you know, it's like Apple. It's just like, yeah, oh my god, like Android had done something 2 years ago and Apple doesn't. It's like it's revolutionary. Oh my god, like I mean I don't care. I really
I don't care either.
I really do not care. I mean, I prefer Android, but like, if I had to get an iPhone, I'd be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? It's gonna kind of get weird getting used to not having a headphone jack.
Do you remember what life felt like before there were like smartphones?
Yeah, I do.
vaguely, but yeah.
When you remember just like sitting around and just like thinking about like.
Well,
I'll tell
I would read. I always had like, and not even like fucking books. Like I used to be involved. What?
The intelligent child.
Paul was a scholar until.
Paul was a scholar.
Well, okay.
I was
wasn't
like an
reading,
old like
but
old
I
school
would-
pipe.
More often than not,
Bubbles.
because I think I told you I was obsessed with sports before, like music and movies. So I would
Were
literally.
you?
Huh?
No, I didn't say obsessed. You said you vaguely followed them.
After like high school, I started just, and then even that dipped off.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I would have all like the NFL draft books of like the.
Did you do
Really?
fantasy football?
Yeah, for one season, yeah, or 2 seasons.
How was
Did you
that? How was
well?
your team?
I don't even fucking remember. I don't.
Dude, next year, do you guys want to do fantasy?
Yeah, sure.
You could. I don't have.
No, that's
enough
fine. That would be
investment in it. Maybe.
I'm playing fantasy now, and my team is so garbage.
Who's your quarterback?
And here's why. I'll explain to you how I got into this fucking situation. For those of you who don't watch fantasy football, basically you get to choose players that are in the NFL, and like you can combine players basically from different teams to just kind of make a team. And you can play your friends, and then every time they perform, they get points, and it's pretty fun. I don't know. If they play a bad game, the player's not going to do well. Anyways, so last year I made it to the championship, right? And in order for me to beat this guy, because all my players are injured. So I traded a lot of my draft picks for this season, which would mean they would take my spot in the process of selecting the players. They took all of my draft picks. And I lost by 1 point.
Damn.
In the champ. Anyways, I screamed into a pillow. I was livid. I was absolutely irate. I was cross. I don't know what other words for mad. I don't know. But I was just. So anyways, so my first pick, it would normally go, there are 8 of us, so it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd be like in one of those orders. I didn't pick until the 17th turn. And then the next time, I didn't pick until the 42nd turn.
That's not good.
I didn't know. My quarterback is Russell Wilson. Do you know? No, not now. No, my dude got me six points once.
I mean, he's got a Super Bowl ring.
He does have a Super Bowl ring, but like right now he's not playing like it. No, I had to get freaking Carson Wentz, the quarterback for the Eagles. He didn't do too well. I have no running backs. My running backs get me like one of my running backs got me 1 point. Mind you, if they're projected means they're predicted to get like 12 points. He got 1 point. How does that happen? How does that happen? Sometimes players go off and they get like 2 times more than they projected, maybe even like 2.5 times more than they projected. That's nice. Have not won once, and it's just I'm just so fucked right now because we have this thing called the Debbie duties, or the duties rather, and it's just like. The first year it was brutal. My friend lost and he just didn't do any of them. But you had to change your picture on Facebook to whatever the winner wants.
Oh boy.
So he had
it's fun though.
So he had this picture of this really hairy, like Middle Eastern girl shaving her armpits and like winking at the camera. And he's just like, no, I have family on Facebook. He had to go to a party dressed up in whatever the winner chose for him. So they were gonna find a dress and some shit. It was bad. We had to write a 1-page apology as to why he sucks at fantasy football. So apparently that shit's happening this year, and I am in dead fucking last right now. I'm gonna do all the part because we don't go to school anymore together. But I'm probably gonna have to write an apology, and they're gonna just destroy me. They're gonna be, why do you suck at fantasy? You know why? You guys are the devil. You got. Oh my god. I need to. Anyways, that was my little rant.
I can't imagine Paul Hoti sitting down with the fantasy.
No, I feel like Paul, you would do
sport,
research. He would do research, and he would
that's
do well.
That's the fun of it was. I mean, that's the fun with sports for someone like me was. Well, because I was kind of laughing to myself because 2 weeks ago, Staten Island rejects emotion, art.
What? Remember? That was the funniest shit, I think.
Oh.
Everybody's like, Staten Island, you were just like, you were in it, bro.
And then this is your home, Paul.
Wait, me?
No, it's not.
Wait, did I say that?
No, he said that. And we were just riffing.
Oh, you were just like making it like a movie.
You were, yeah. And that was your idea, and then you just went with it.
That shit was the funniest shit I've ever. I was just like, my man is serious.
Oh, and then there was like you're running down the street and it's raining. And there is someone. Paul, come back!
I gotta do this on my own, Dad.
Really shitty 80s music just like comes on.
You guys are too much.
And then it's just like a voiceover. You're sitting like it down. I gotta do something for myself. Gotta get out of this town. It's just you in a car. An explosion.
Yeah. So that's what I dealt with growing up. And I guess I don't know why. I think I'm an information addict. I like learning about things. I don't like learning how to do things. I hate that.
I noticed.
Yeah, I hate learning how to do that. I don't want to learn this. Just fucking do it,
Mm-hmm.
But I love learning about things, And when you're young and the only real thing you're really exposed to that as like a extracurricular activity or pastime is sports, and you have the body type of me who weighed I think at 7. There was some I weighed like 40 pounds. Some
Shit.
When?
What would be a weird age to weigh
when?
40? I don't know. I just remember. But my point, I was a very skinny.
7 years old and weighing 40 pounds.
That's I don't.
There are
think-
dogs heavier than that.
50, I don't remember.
50. You have to at least be like 90 to something.
I wasn't 90. I
you can't be not. No,
I know I wasn't
70.
90.
I'd say
75.
75 pounds.
I had a very small body.
He said 40.
I don't remember. I would be
I
surprised.
lift a 40-pound weight in the gym. What the hell? I could have curled you. Paul, let's go reps.
Like, I don't.
As a human being, you would just be like, all right, can you put me down now? Break time.
I don't know my medical records.
Wait, how much do you weigh now?
I weigh 110 to 120, something like that.
110. If you weigh 110, that's crazy.
I do something like
Luna
that.
weighs 100 pounds, dude.
Yeah, I weigh.
Friend of the show.
I'm
Friend
not
of the
too
show.
far. I'm not too far from that. Let's put it that way.
I don't believe you weigh 110.
I don't. I think
I weigh 120 at most.
at most.
At most.
But are you not weighing yourself like you're supposed to? You like take your shoes off, take your clothes off.
I don't fucking know.
I need to. We need to get.
We're gonna weigh.
All I know is that I'm 100. Last time I was 120 pounds.
Can you come to the gym with me soon and we can weigh you?
Yeah,
I don't care.
I need to go to the gym.
Yeah,
I just haven't had a lot of time.
But I've always been a very unfit, skinny. I don't know. Maybe because I just have really shitty genes. I always think about this. But if I was born in the days of the lions and the tigers,
Yeah,
I
you
would
said this
die.
last
Yeah.
time. You said you would have died.
50. I give myself about 5 minutes before I
And
get.
Jared would have been like, oh well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're born with that shitty fucking thing you call fucking.
No.
At least his
no.
carcass will bring a coyote over here we can kill and get
Exactly.
food.
Damn.
I
I don't know, man. I think.
don't know.
How much do you weigh, Reddmond? If you don't mind me asking.
155.
Dude, you weigh more than me.
Really?
I weigh 150. I'm very skinny though. For some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I eat like shit, man. It's getting bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop though. No.
There you go.
But,
No, at work though, it's just like there's so many food places that you just like. I just gotta wolf down. I feel like you know how like Louis C.K. did the Cinnabon line joke.
Yeah.
That's literally how I feel. Like there's a gyro place. God fucking damn it.
I mean, gyro's a bit less severe than that.
I love that
Cinnamon.
bit of
It's a
Louis.
great bit.
When he's just in the one guy in the airport, so you shouldn't get this.
It's like there's no happy person in this.
And it's
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
There's people that look like me or fatter, and just like that was really funny.
Fuck. It's so good. Just,
You want the frosting?
These, like,
Hell,
cheesy-
fuck yeah, I want the frosting.
And there's just jizzy little frosting that they put on top. That was
That's
really
his
funny.
bit.
But that's literally how I feel sometimes. I mean, gyro's not as severe.
Oh,
But-
gyro.
There's a place called Gyro. It's amazing. They put the French fries on it like they do in Europe. It's great. I think I got Chinese food today. It could have been worse. I got steamed dumpling
Okay. Steam
with
cake,
fried
yeah.
rice though, and I had an egg roll.
There you go.
So that balanced it out. That balanced the healthy with the real. Actually, it's not even healthy. That balanced the just whatever with. So, anyways, it's still unhealthy. High sodium. I had fried like freaking egg roll. Oh man.
When we got Chinese, what did you get?
Here,
When we went,
I got.
Did we all wait?
We won.
it was Steven, Mike, Paul, and I.
Thanks for the invite.
It's
that's
alright.
good.
Pork with rice. I think.
with rice.
I'm pretty simple. It's either pork with rice or chicken and broccoli.
Oh, one time you got lobster lo mein.
Yeah, I'll have fun with that. Yeah.
Have fun with it. I'll entertain that.
I'm in a good mood. Let's get some lobster.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because Chinese food is always, it's kind of hard to fuck that up. Unless it's a hub, and I hate that. I can't eat
Were you the one who
sushi.
said you don't like sushi?
No, I love sushi.
I like sushi.
I love sushi.
Yeah, I love sushi too.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that Japanese.
Dude, sushi.
Chinese-
Oh,
yeah.
so good.
I
haven't had sushi in a long time.
does the hub sushi count?
That does
Okay,
not
then I had
fucking-
sushi last week. I think
Okay, there you
I
go.
went out to what's it? Not haiku. Ichiro. They had a bunch of they had shrimp sushi that wasn't good, but you know the spicy salmon rolls were
Spicy salmon, spicy tuna,
crab rolls. I'm a fan of. I'm really big into that. Have you ever seen? There's a really interesting documentary. It was on Netflix. It was Hero Dreams of Sushi.
I love that.
That was a very good documentary. It was about you know what I'm talking about, Paul? I'm very surprised actually for
Hero
sushi. Yeah, Hero Dreams.
I just
of Sushi.
eat it. I don't look into it.
Well, I think you
You're
should.
an information addict.
I think you should. I think you should. Wow, that was bad.
Sounds like something.
No, you should look into. I think you genuinely enjoy it. I didn't think I was like I'm about to watch a documentary on sushi, and then I watched it and I'm like this is great. It's basically about one of the best and like one of the oldest guys doing this sushi thing in the whole world, making sushi. It's a family thing in the whole world. It just has this restaurant in a subway station in Tokyo, I think, and it's like it's mad expensive. Like I don't know, like what is it, like 30,000 yen?
It's expensive
or something. I don't know. Do you mind if you look that up right now? I'm curious.
What's it called?
Just Heroes Dreams of Sushi restaurant prices. What about that? It's mad expensive, but it's apparently going to be the best sushi you'd ever had. And I was looking up flight tickets to Japan for some reason. If you plan in advance and you go on Google Flights, they find the cheapest ones for you, dude. You can get, I think for like sometime
Sushi master.
January, you can get a flight from Japan to and from a round trip, I think for $600, which is not bad. Uno wants to go to Ireland, so I was like, yo, let's look it up. Apparently, dude, like I found a ticket for $300.
My homie just went to Ireland, so yeah, it was like a lot of Everton fans there, he said.
So a few things.
Gross. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding.
So this is inspired by Planet Earth, the documentary that was scored by... Who's it scored by?
Hans Zimmer.
It doesn't say here, but... George Fenton, fuck you. Not Planet Earth 2.
Why did you just say that to him about him?
I'm sorry. I apologize, George Fenton. I thought he composed the first one. But the soundtrack is Philip Glass and Max Richter, which means I am a little more likely to watch it now. Just a little.
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
In hindsight, I think it works because of.
Do you remember what I told you to look up though? Do you remember what I told you to look up though?
Well, the restaurant?
Oh, the prices.
The pricing?
I just want to see. I
thought you said look at the documentary.
Oh no.
Chris.
Chris.
Dude, I'm horrible at spelling. I can't.
Me too.
I can't.
I don't know, bro.
He's not even trying.
I'm not.
Is this like restaurant maybe? Damn. Hold up.
Hero, you got this. Take it. Take it.
Jared's taking control.
This is the first time in A-Side podcast history that...
Cue the music.
What music?
The exciting music.
Exciting.
Because Jared... Why do I keep mixing your guys' names up?
Suit, don't ever do that again.
I know.
Alright. Anyway, how we got on this topic was...
It's food. We were just talking about sushi.
Right.
Fuck,
Well,
man.
we were talking about how skinny I was as a kid. And to wrap that up really quick before you get back into this...
40-pound kid we're talking to.
Yeah.
That,
if you're not in the... But you grow up with that sports shit, you kind of naturally
What
have
sport
to.
was your go-to?
Football, yeah. Because everyone on my street played football. So that was... And if you want to talk about football...
You played football, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll get... That's another story. That's completely different.
I would like to hear that today, please. Thank you.
Oh, God. You want to close with that? Okay, we'll close
sure.
with that.
I think, damn, is it a closure worthy story?
No, yeah, it is. I'm just... But it's a...
I can't wait for that.
Ooh,
that was weird.
What?
Maybe we said at the same time. Dining at here. What? You can't find dress code. Yeah. There's no special dress code. However, a few service customers wearing collarless shirts or shorts or sandals. That's interesting. Recipe. Where are the prices? They're just teaching you how to eat there. Don't dip in the soy sauce. Dude, no. Where's the price? Dress code. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's basically if you're not gonna play sports, you might as well just learn about them, and that's what I did. So yeah, I did all the fantasy shit. I read all the things, and so that's again back to the original topic. That's what I would read before cell phones came, before the smartphone.
Oh my.
So
All right, the average price for this restaurant named I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but Sukiyabashi Hiro is above 10,000 yen. 10,001 yen. Apparently, that's the average price.
Now we gotta find out how much that is in dollars.
Okay, yeah, look that up. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, hold up. I think somebody told me that 100 yen is equal to $1.
Okay.
So if that's the thought process, it's like $1,000. My math is horrible. I'm sorry, guys. I know that's if it's.
So how 10,000 yen?
The average price. That's what it says. 10,000 yen.
88. Wait, what?
No.
I told 10,000 yen.
Really? $88? Huh. That's still expensive for sushi.
No way. That can't be right.
No. Yeah. No way. Yeah.
Is the yen that bad?
Yeah.
how much is it, yen?
Yen to.
All right. So 10,000.
10,000 yen.
One.
Damn. Okay. 1 yen. 1 Japanese yen is equal to $89.
It's not bad at all.
I'll go there twice.
For sushi, dude? $88?
Hey, if it's the best sushi I'm gonna have in my life, I'll go there all week.
Fair enough. I was under the impression that it was a lot more expensive.
Oh God, I mean,
I don't give a fuck. I'll go there every fucking day.
I mean, if there's anyone on planet Earth who could probably afford that, it probably would be Mr. Connor.
Mr. Connor, Mr. fucking Notorious. I'll fuck that shit up. I'll fuck it up.
Oh God.
Do something about it. Do something about it. You do fucking.
All right,
nothing.
look.
Yo,
Guys.
Shut your fucking mouth.
This is out of
Shut
control.
your
This is the
fucking
first
mouth.
time Conor McGregor and Alex Jones have been
Shut
in
your
the same room.
fucking mouth.
Conor McGregor, the fight was raised.
Do something
in
about
Conor
it.
McGregor's
Do something
favor,
about it.
And Mayweather.
Do something about it. Do something about it.
My mind right now. This is insane.
Look,
Alex Jones is a fucking weasel.
Colin Kaepernick is an agent of the CIA. Do you understand?
This guy is a fucking weasel. He can go fuck himself.
Kaepernick is working. Thank you.
And take
With
your
the
fucking
CIA.
laptop. Good bitch. Good bitch. Take that shit. Take that shit back. Put that shit down. Good shit.
Roger Goodell is clearly an insider for the CIA.
Shut your
The
fucking
CIA do not like.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Okay.
Good
Anyway.
bitch. Shut your mouth.
With that out of the way.
Oh my! What happened?
That was, you guys blacked out.
Was I just taken over by a spirit?
I think so. I thought.
Oh my goodness!
Wasn't there some guy in the room talking?
I don't remember.
Anyway.
Worry.
We're almost at 1:30. I also want to ask you guys another question.
Yeah. What is this?
What is opening questions?
So, what do you guys think? Because I wanted to get into this last week
Yeah.
because we talked about it briefly. But what are you guys thinking for your senior projects?
Oh my
I'm
god.
not thinking about my senior
I'm not
project.
thinking
Not?
about that at all. No.
That's what that's my main academic concern lately is what the fuck I'm gonna do. Because the reason is I have two choices that I can do, and I mentioned them before in the first podcast we did, which was the comic book and the movie. Originally, I was gonna do just the movie because that was just because they always say feature film script. I'm like, okay, I'll do that, but I've been kind of distancing myself from it slowly.
To do what?
And getting
Show?
more back into the comic. And the thing is, now it's like, okay, what do I do now? Because in a year, I could be like, I want to do the fucking comic, and that's it. And I mean, it could be a comic or a TV
You gotta
show.
have a set. You have to have a set idea for both. That's pretty much it.
Do you remember what I was talking about last time?
Why would they let you do a comic?
Or I mean, I could also just do it as a TV pilot. Because if you know
TV pilot though, that would just do an hour TV pilot. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I want it animated. I do not want it to be live because it would not work live at all.
Okay,
I don't
fine.
think. But basically, my choice is: do I just go to the easy way with a story I know it's a good
Yes,
story?
fucking graduate.
Yeah.
Fucking graduate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you could do both. Because I could just spin as a TV. You know, it's just it's a question of do I go with the easy way or the
Go with the
harder
easy way,
but
dude.
more fulfilling. Oh, here's why. Why not do the one I like more, and I can get actual, honest to good feedback from someone, a professional. You know what I mean?
Well, if you do it, well, you better work on that other thing too.
Why?
Because if they're just like, if you
Why?
want
Because
it to
they
be
mention it.
awesome and they just destroy it.
They mentioned bring for junior seminar, that's why I'm bringing it up too. You're not thinking because that's next. That's literally next semester. Where you have to
I
go
know.
over a
I
project.
didn't. Oh my god, junior seminar.
Yeah.
It's not offered freaking fall. I would have taken that
Yeah.
now, but anyways.
And it's basically Dean, because I went to the screenplay club, the meeting for the major, and he said you basically get 3 to like 5 ideas, and we kind of just pick. You eventually get down to one, and I don't know, because ultimately, I care way more about the the comic / TV. I don't know what the fuck to call it. I don't know. But I care way more about that. Like I don't want to die without doing that at some point.
Damn.
But with the no, I'm serious because I've been working at like 3. Okay, let me put it this way: Christopher Nolan worked. Yeah, here we go. Christopher Nolan. He had the idea for Inception at age 16, and he got to make it at age I think 38 to 4, because I'm pretty sure he started filming in 2009. That was his dream project. That was his
That dream project.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I don't really hear people talk about that, having that kind of idea at that young of an age. But I have that idea, and I don't know if it'd be worth.
Are you comparing yourself to
Christopher
Absolutely,
Nolan?
yeah. Absolutely, remorselessly, yeah. I'm not saying I'm as good. I'm just saying I had the same kind of thing going on in my head.
I'm just saying I'm Christopher Nolan.
Paul is like
this guy.
Christopher Nolan. Paul, if you were Christopher Nolan, would you hire Reddmond and I?
Probably not. Well,
What a douche! He couldn't even have just had a little fun and said
He didn't even.
For what? I mean, was that a serious question or is that a joke question? Because I can answer it either way.
I don't know. It's kind of just talking.
Well, because it depends on it. Because a film set, it's different. I'm in charge. I mean, just the director's in charge. It's different working with you two. It would be different working with you two. But a TV show.
I don't want to work with Paul now.
I don't know about that.
But on a TV show where it's a writer's room, which is what we all do, I think that'd be much more satisfactory. I mean, the interesting thing is, we all have such different writing styles, which may or may not be a good or a bad thing in a writer's room, but
I don't think that's a bad thing.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But I guess.
Because like, it's one thing to have a different writing style, and be closed-minded.
Yeah.
But it's a different thing to have a different writing style, because then you can add something.
Right.
You can add it to, because like, I enjoy watching just a bunch of different genres.
Right, okay.
So if I were to input one element of something that I enjoy doing and then watch it turn into kind of something else while still having my contribution in there, I'd enjoy that.
Alright.
You know what I mean? That's how I feel. That's why you gotta be easy to work with. Don't just fall over and be a pushover, but don't be a dick and be like, nah. Nah.
Anyway, but yeah, so he had that idea at 16, a very young age. And I wonder when like J.R.R. Tolkien had his idea for
Game of Thrones?
Yeah. No, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Because that was his life project. He devoted his entire life, or at least entire adult life, to just making this little world. And I relate to that in a very real way. And I know George R. R. Martin. This is a weird fact.
George R. R. Martin, that's his name. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
just
many
learned
R's.
he lived in Bayonne, and as a kid,
Where?
New
Bayonne,
Jersey.
New Jersey, which is right across from Staten Island, where we talked about that already. I did not know this until this year, like a few weeks ago. And he would imagine what Staten Island was like, and that's where
Oh, really?
part of the inspiration for Game of Thrones came
That's
from.
interesting.
Or at least
Staten Island is
Yeah.
Wu-Tang and
at the
drug
very
dealers.
least, he
Shaolin
took Staten Island and kind of uses as a model for just what Westeros looks like in terms of just like the shape of it. Which, but if you look it up, it looks nothing alike. But I guess you could, because Westeros is quite a bit skinnier.
Who?
Westeros.
Oh. Huh.
If anything, it looks more like England than it does Staten Island. At least the shape of it.
He's from Bayonne?
Yeah, I did not know that, but I did.
Really? That's wild.
New quote. New thing I learned. Let me put it to you this
Jersey
way.
boy.
Let me put it to you this way. Let's say you have an idea for The Godfather. Like, your Godfather. This is going to be what I'm remembering.
And then some kid on a podcast is going to be like, you know, Reddmond Perone wrote The Godfather is from a touch in New Jersey.
There you go. It's a cycle.
That's what I want. That's what
You have The Godfather. It's just you're devoted to it. You want to make this a real thing. You're going to devote your entire life to it, and you're going to be remembered for it forever.
Okay.
Name a film you like a lot, but it's not The Godfather. What's a movie like that? Or a TV show. Yeah. You just like
probably
that.
I like Whiplash a lot.
You got your Whiplash idea, and you got The Godfather, and now you have to pick a senior. You could do for the senior project. You could do Whiplash. It's going to be easier.
No, honestly, I would probably do The Godfather.
Why?
Because I want that script when I go out into the real world.
Why?
Because if I'm going to try and get a career out of this, I might want to have my best thing.
Right. I mean, the thing
is that I'm like, you're getting like, how many times are you going to be able to get help from, like, someone in the industry, like, on your side?
Now you understand my dilemma, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going with. I don't know what to do. Because, again, the feature film one will be so much easier. I know how to do that. I just watched fucking Whiplash, Wolf of Wall Street, American Psycho. I have a list of influences that I would just watch. There's a few others. But those kind of movies. I just pick apart the scenes and I write the script for 8 months. And it's done. And it's hopefully really good. It could suck, I don't know. I was telling Gabe, because I met with Gabriel, because I looked at his script for a short film he's doing. And I told him,
I didn't get a chance to finish it.
It's good. It's really David Lynchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there.
Yeah, he loves David Lynch.
And and then I talked to him about the script idea. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of alright. He has a very weird mind. It's interesting. Because he'll ask questions, he'll say things that you would go, oh, wow, I didn't think of that. Mm-hmm. Like, at some point, I was explaining the origin of the character, the main character. And because he's a big fan of things not being explained in movies. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why he hates Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. I could watch that, I love it. And I was explaining the origin of this character, and I was telling him why I want to show it at some point in the film. Mm-hmm. And then I was explaining his characteristics, and then he was like, you basically explained to me why you don't need to show his origin. And I'm like, no, because you have to. Because basically the main character in the script, he's a complete asshole. Mm-hmm. And he also comes from a foster home, like this place of complete loneliness and all that, Mm-hmm. And I feel like you almost have to conclude that, because that's part of it. That's because the hypothesis that I'm proposing in this film is that loneliness as a child sort of leads you to that path. They can lead you to that path of just complete asshole, aka Donald Trump, or just any other.
Was he lonely as a child?
Huh?
Was he lonely as a child?
He had a bad. From what I know, I haven't done extensive research into it. I didn't read his Wikipedia article, that part of it, but he had a bad relationship with his father apparently. According to I mentioned this last time with and the guy who plays Trump on the President Show, he mentioned that, and I guess I trust him. So, but yeah, that kind of, and there's other. I mean, it's in film. Again, Dearly Blood. What's the first 5 minutes of
him by himself?
Where?
In the middle of nowhere.
In hell, basically, just and that's kind of the idea.
And the thing, right?
Huh? Yeah, and the fucking oil, just fucking working at it, and he has to go back all by himself with a broken fucking leg. Mm-hmm. That totally is going to lead someone to that path of just fucking killing your own brother. And just, what he murders his rival at the end of the movie. Spoilers for Daily. With a bowling pin. That, So apparently how I took it was, those two ideas connected. So I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. So, and again, to get back on topic, he was like, yeah, you explained why you needed to show it. I'm like, no, you have to show it.
What was his explanation?
What do you mean?
Why did he think you didn't need to show it?
Well, because he's a big fan of just, again, things not being explained. You have it. There it is. Why do you need to explain it? Why is the why?
I feel like you have to be very selective about all that.
That's what I told him. Like, there's different schools of thought on how to tell a story, and he obviously subscribes to that story, that school, which is fine. David Lynch does that. few other filmmakers. I don't know, but it's a thing that you hear. Like, I don't like things, but just tell the viewer. You know, you don't need it. I mean, there's one. I mean, the Stanley Kubrick does that a lot. He's not gonna explain shit. He'll just give you the story and make whatever you will of it. Like
A baby floating in space.
Yeah, well, here you go. Whatever. And he obviously, again, he subscribes to that kind of thing. What were you saying? You mentioned something.
Did I?
Did he give it? Yeah.
Oh, what was
that was
his thought?
I think that's basically his thought, was that kind of school of thinking, which I don't like that. Because I didn't like 2001. I didn't like Barry Lyndon, which I watched over the summer. I didn't like it. And he admitted that too, that Barry Lyndon's kind of a hard watch, which it is. It's totally I told you about this. Like 3 hour, just no emotion to it.
I can't get into Kubrick.
Shining is good. I haven't watched in years. Strangelove really holds up. That's a solid 4-star. Because it's a story. It's a genuine. Did you watch it yet?
No. Dr. Strangelove?
Yeah, you'd like it. Because it's a story. It's a fucking. Things are explained in a way. It's. I don't know. It's a solid story. There's nothing more, nothing less to it. It's very unpretentious. I don't know. I think it's a solid film.
I thought Clockwork Orange was fine.
Right.
I thought The Shining was good. I thought, what's the other one? 2001. I don't really ever want to watch it again.
Right. Okay. Yeah, more or less, I agree.
I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket.
That's another good
pretty
one.
good. I like that.
It's like Full Metal Jacket, Shining, and Strangelove, because those are the most standard of the movies he's done. Because everything else is like Barry Lyndon's the story of this Irish rogue and the 18th.
This is the Best Picture nominee, I think.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, it is almost because it's a very beautiful movie, but otherwise it's just like this completely unemotional story. So, but regardless, that's the school Gabriel comes from. Whereas again, I come from the school of Christopher Nolan, the fucking Zack Snyder's, where they explain everything. I mean, there's others, but
You are the last son of Krypton.
Yeah, you are. Like, why do you need to tell me that? But I have to tell you that because it's really fucking cool. That and there's meaning into it, and these obvious big themes. And then it's also the school of like comic books and video games, where there's this very big, overarching theme.
See, but you got money in there though. That's where the money is.
What do you mean?
Like,
Comic books and video games,
all that shit.
Yeah, because I mean, what do you mean?
Like in terms of film, like doing comic book film and all.
Yeah, exactly. Which is weird. Cause that's what people like, I guess. I don't.
You guess absolutely that's what people like. All that fantasy, sci-fi, comic book stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because
that's always what's on top.
Yeah, because that's my natural storytelling method. I think that's totally where I come from.
I had an idea.
What?
I had an idea for the superhero
What is
thing,
it?
and it's so weird. And
what is it?
It's reminiscent of One Punch. It's just this dude whose superpower is literally just being immortal, but like.
Right.
No, like.
But that's good.
But he has a regeneration, like like that Wolverine type thing. Right. So he's like, and he doesn't want to do anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he just feels like he has to.
Right.
So he could stop a bank robbery, and he's like, guys, I want you to know what you're doing. They shoot at him, he falls down, and then he gets back. He's like, fuck, that hurts. Like I don't want to do this. Like they get freaked out.
Really
they eventually just go like. They eventually, I don't know, they just get defeated. He doesn't do it. He doesn't have any martial arts or anything. He just does not die.
Sounds like if Louis C.K. had to do Superman.
Yeah.
Just, alright.
He's not. It's just like the bullets go in him, and like, after a while, he just like gets up and like he gets his shirts destroyed, and every time, and then he's just like, you know what I mean? Like he just does not die.
That's pretty solid.
At all.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and he's been around since like the 1800s. So he's just like, I really don't want to live anymore. Like, I want to die. But this world is, like, really shitty. So, I guess I might as well do something with my life instead of just sitting here trying to kill myself.
That's almost like a parody / reflection on what a superhero is, which is kind of cool.
Reminds me of Groundhog Day a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not really the waking up after.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I got like a groundhog.
No, I feel that. I don't know. I just thought of that. Huh?
Gotta write that down somewhere.
Put in a little black
might
book.
As well. I have a list of things that I write down. What I've been doing for writing purposes, I just like if I walk past something that's this is natural, I'd write it down because I can add it in like a scene or something. For example, I was walking in the city and I just hear these guys arguing over a basketball score. Like, it was just so natural. They're like, no, remember? I shot the 3, and then you fouled me, and then, no, I fouled you, and then we got the 2 free pointers, all right, 3 for, and then I was just like, this is fucking, okay, the free throws, I was like, this is great. This is something I wrote down.
Right.
Or, like, this older guy I was talking to, he's just like, you know, somebody, I just overheard him talking to somebody else real fast, and she was like, oh, you getting good sleep? He was like, yeah, I did get good sleep, but sleep doesn't do the body as good as it used to when you were younger. I thought that was interesting. I wrote that down. I don't know. Something, just shit like that. I write all this. I don't just write ideas down. Write dialogue.
I do that. I write dialogue. I write ideas down. I have because I actually have it. Not to. Where is it? It's gotta wait to load.
Yeah, dude. I have like.
Yeah, first time I know Nolan. The why so serious? Not the.
Are we all getting our little black books now?
Ooh. Yeah, but this I just have all this fucking random information, and I don't know.
Israel. I don't have much written down here.
Right. Whoa, that's cool. You literally have a little black book, huh?
That's right. 6 Aristotle elements.
I mean, quotes I wrote.
Ooh. Do you have a
look at all this?
Jaw thing, like a lock jaw, where it like pops every once in a while? It's interesting. No, I'm not trying to.
So all this, like, yeah, this is basically, it's just all dialogue. Then I don't know what else.
So working on your senior project would be you working on like your dream project?
Potentially. Either my dream project or my... Okay, it's
see
the
where
battle,
you are in a couple
it's
months.
the battle between my dream project and my screaming into the void for 2 hours project. Basically everything that I like about life versus everything that's just angry and hateful and dark and whatnot. And I don't know.
But that is your dream project.
What, the comic?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
100%.
150%.
Damn.
So, because what's making it's a lot of things. It's basically, it's how I look at the world, like at what's going on now, what has gone on, and what will go on. It's like my way of rationalizing it. It's like a moral system of whatnot. It's about like my first 3 years of high school and that mental state of being, what that was. Which, by the way, this one is what the past 2 years have been like for me, from senior year to sophomore year. So a lot of disillusionment, a lot of darkness, I guess, thanks to Buffalo. I mean, it's the whole thing. But I mean, a good way to explain it, to compare the two, the comic is from Obama's era. The script is from Trump era, that kind of thing. To compare it, because you got one that's very noble. It makes sense. There's a logic to it. It's beautiful, all that stuff. With this one, it's just this angry, weird, hopefully fun. That's another aspect I have to incorporate. Like,
Funny?
Hopefully it's funny, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want it to be a straight up satire, but I do want to have some elements where it's like,
comedy.
I'm watching Trump basically. Just only it's a film studio / college art. Art school?
Liberal arts school.
Yeah. Trump set in a liberal arts school. What does that look like?
That's your dream project?
That's the script. The comic.
Oh, so the comic is your dream project.
Yeah, the comic is basically. That's the dream project.
Trump now.
Trump. Yeah, the script is a Trump. Basically, Trump. You put him in this environment. What is that?
Wait, Trump is the president of Purchase or something?
More or less, there's this character who's weird and hateful and angry, and he's in charge of everything. And that's
interesting. That's very interesting. That's a good story.
Thank you. Hopefully, people agree. I don't know. I'm pretty bad.
That's really now. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. It's just it's dealing with a lot of, and it's also personal for me too. It's just dealing with a lot of things I think about in my head, paranoia, and just OCD and just illness, I guess, of the mental variety. I don't know. It's just, but that's the thing too. It's a very dark. I have to go in this headspace for for 8 months of working on this fucking thing.
That's therapeutic to some degree, but also very haunting and
Yeah.
terrifying.
And it's
Because you're writing it all out, you're kind of letting it all out.
Yeah.
But it's when you let it all out and you see what you wrote, you're like, wow. That
And then someone says, "Yeah, Paul, we'll buy this for however much." And, you're like,
hopefully, I mean,
and then you're like, "Well, 8 months wasn't that bad."
because the idea was originally, in my dreams, I would make this as my senior project, the script, and then it gets sold somewhere, or just it gets somewhere. It gets me in the door of whatever Hollywood really means. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I make movies, and then when I'm 40, I get to make the dream project, where I'm really in control. Where I could do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Because it kind of has a lot of. Because it's basically, I want it. If it's gonna be an animated show, I want it to be 45 minutes. I do not want it to be 22-minute fucking. Like a fucking Nickelodeon show, a Cartoon Network show, which is nothing wrong with that. But just from what I'm trying to do, the epicness and the scale of it, it needs to be 44 minutes. And even if it's a comic book, I want each comic to be 44 pages, not 22 pages. And that usually requires, like, well, who the fuck are you? And originally I was, I'm me. So I get to decide if I want to do that, you know?
What if you look them in the eye and you say, "I'm motherfucking Paul fucking Hoti."
Exactly. But if I did the dream project for the senior project, then it's like I make it, okay, and I send it to like cartoon. I mean, the dream, it's kind of silly, but I kind of pictured in my head as being like the first Adult Swim 1-hour drama kind of thing. And I just thought that'd be a cool little
accomplishment.
Yeah. Which should probably never happen because I know animation probably costs a lot.
Animation
and to double
does
it,
cost a lot.
and it takes a lot of time, and to double that would be you'd be out of your mind. But it's still you never know. Because if you really think about it, because the first season is supposed to be 8 episodes, and then if you double that, it's 16 episodes. It's just not too bad. I mean, the later seasons get worse because those are 14, and to double that, it's 28. That's pretty bad in terms of money wise. What was I saying? But yeah, now if I do this as senior project, I have much less leeway. As in, if I send it to someone, they're gonna go, "All right, well, I like this, but cut this out. We're shortening it by half," and I'm like, I don't know. But again, it's real. It could become a real thing, you know. A lot sooner is the idea too. I don't know.
Might as well. Then do what your
But that's
heart desires.
I don't know. It's a little. I don't know. It's a debate I'll probably be done with until at least next semester when I have to decide. So.
Well.
But yeah.
I think it's time to hear that football story. Cause
shit. You ready?
I am so ready. Are you ready, Redmond?
Get her done.
So I guess back to another thread on this podcast from earlier on. So I weighed a very low.
40
I don't know if that's true. It was either 40 or 50 or just something. I am 10 years old. It was 2007. I have gotten into football for 1 year. I got into it. I actually remember when I got into football. So I was just on my computer in my natural habitat. I'm 10 years old. I look behind me and I see there's this game that's being advertised. It's the Colts versus the Eagles. The Colts are 9-1, and the Eagles are 5-5.
Okay.
Peyton Manning is the quarterback.
Peyton
Manning
Manning's the quarterback.
is the
Donovan
quarterback.
McNabb has just been injured. Jeff Garcia
God.
is the quarterback he just got put in.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But I guess I ended up watching it and I just I don't know. It just. And I just kept watching it, and that year the Colts won the Super Bowl against the Bears, and I just
Crazy that you know that. Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit! And I got obsessed with it. I get all the draft books. So I know the 2000 guy who got drafted in 2007 was for the Raiders. I forget his fucking. He was at LSU. Remember that guy?
No.
They got
Remember
drafted.
Calvin Johnson?
Yeah.
He was up for the Lions at pick number 2.
Damn.
And
Like my friend Zach.
Just retired. Megatron.
Yeah, exactly. Just retired. And yeah, I knew that shit. And then I was just, I don't know. And plus, again, I'd always be playing it outside with the boys, you know. Because I had two. You know, I'm serious. The whole neighborhood was about, you know. Because I had two closest friends growing up. Their names were Thomas and John. I got along with Thomas more than John, but we you know, that's the thing. You're in the neighborhood. You see each other every day. If you want to go outside and play, whatever. Then there was this kid named Dan who lived next to me, and then there was another one named Nick Skeens, and then there was John's
Nick
older
what?
brother, Nick Skeens. Because
Nick Skeens?
John had an older brother named Nick.
Yeah.
And this is just what I grew up with. And I was always, again, sort of the outcast-ish. But first, they liked me more than that sounds like. But it was still very much like, you're Paul and we're us.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a really weird thing.
Get
to
off
do,
the
but-
field, Paul.
No, yeah. Yeah.
You let the
Paul,
men play.
Paul, you suck. What the fuck?
Oh, I threw that ball right at you. You can't catch.
I grew up with that. But, you know, whatever. And I was getting more obsessed with it. And I'm like, I think I want to play. Actual. Now, again.
Contact football.
10 years old. God, no. God knows how big I was.
40 pounds.
Tenure, you should. That is not right. That is not. No, you can't be 10 and weigh 40 pounds.
So if something like that.
Let's say 60.
60 maybe. I remember the number 40 or 50 for some reason. And being at that age.
I'm gonna Google something real fast. Is that alright?
Go ahead, Google. Yeah, just X that out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I went to April of 2007. I just went to fucking sign up with my father.
It was like a Pop Warner.
Yeah, Pop Warner, Staten Island.
Was your dad happy when you said you wanted to play football?
Oh, more like he wasn't mad. He was just
Not mad. I'm saying because
It's like, yeah, that's my boy.
That's my boy. You know what I mean?
He wasn't like that. I remember that. He wasn't like, oh, you're a man now.
That's
no,
what I. You know what I mean?
Hey, he wants to play, you know. And so it's April. I sign up. What happens? So they have a camp. They have a camp with all the kids who are gonna, play. I guess this is in July of 2007. I was in summer camp at the time, and I had to actually leave for a week to go to this football camp. And so I get there, and the kids were literally twice my height. Some of the kids are probably my height now, and they were 10 years old, something like that, something crazy like that. They were these big fucking monsters. Just,
How tall would you say you were at 10?
oh, God knows, 4'6", 4 something like tiny, like literally like what the fuck are you doing here?
4'6".
Isn't
4'6" and 60 pounds.
Or is this in your fucking room, like reading or something? You fuck. What the fuck? You know? But no, and I'm just, I put on my equipment and just with the helmet.
I picture the helmet just being really fucking loose.
Yeah. And then, alright, Hoti, ready? Alright, it's gonna be a tackling drill. And then this big fucking monster, twice my height, just tackles me on the ground. And I'm just like, oh, you know? And I never was hurt by it. I had to sound like a badass, but I was never really hurt by it, you know? I took a hit, and I got up. And I was like, oh, yeah, you took the hit. You took, yeah. And which should be a reoccurring theme, because, like, oh, he's good at taking hits. Which I guess, I don't know what the fuck that means.
No, that means you're durable. I looked up how much a 10-year-old should weigh.
And what is it?
It said, like, I think, like, 50 to, anywhere from 50 to, like, 70 pounds or something.
I was underweight, yeah.
Yeah,
at that age, I was definitely underweight. And yeah, and that's what I dealt with for a week. And I got picked on the teams called the Giants.
I got picked on the Giants too when I played football.
The Giants. And it was a Pop Warner League. And more or less the same exact thing happened each time.
What position were you?
I was the backup left bench. No, that has been a line that I've said to people since I think 8th grade. That line, backup left bench.
The backup left bench.
So what happens is I'd be in my car basically. That's the joke I did. Yeah, I did. That is
Oh,
what happened.
I thought you were.
I literally.
That's funny. That's okay.
Boom, boom.
I know I mentioned I wanted to be a comedian at some point where I could stand up. That was one of my first bits that I ever had. Was this? I'm obviously I don't remember much of it, but that was one of the lines. Is I played backup left bench. And I basically wait in the car until they need me. And all right, well, somebody needs to sit on the bench. So they come and get me, and I go, okay. I run to the bench and I sit down, and then that was my position. But no, I was on the bench though, definitely. Total bench warmer. Each player had to get 16 plays each game, and I got the bare minimum of 16 plays. Now, when I was put in, I would play the offensive lineman.
No, you wouldn't. There's no way. I'm sorry.
I think I was one of the guards next to the center, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I get stuffed in there, just all right, down, and then just me, this big monster, and then just. I don't honestly. I don't remember what happened during each of those plays, but it couldn't have been any good.
No, I was gonna say the quarterback must have been the liability.
It must have been sack after sack.
No, not yeah.
Oh yeah, because again, it's 16 plays minimum. So I just get him for 16 plays, and that was it. I remember I had to return a kickoff once because I guess they felt bad for me that I didn't.
How far did you make it?
I don't even remember. I remember I got tackled. Yeah, so that happened.
Did you ever score?
No.
I might have once.
A touchdown?
I do not, like a 2-pointer. Maybe.
Really?
Okay, I know I got put on as a halfback or a running back like a few times. More in practice, but I remember getting the ball in the game once or twice. Something like that. But yeah, I got fucking beat down. And then the season was over. We made it to the championship game. And they announced my name as Paul something. I don't remember what it was because they fucked it up that badly. Like, just a horrible, like, that's not my fucking name. But they called, like, the whole stadium, like, thousands of people in the stands, or maybe hundreds of people, fuck up my name and have to walk out.
Paul Hatoni.
Something like that. And we lost the game.
Badly? Was it very, very badly?
Very bad. No, it was pretty. We all took a knee.
Oh my god! Full circle.
We won. It was actually. I do remember a lot of kids on my team cried because it was a close game.
Did you cry?
No, he did not
no,
care. That wasn't even.
I was like, thank God this is over.
No, actually, I wasn't. I didn't hate it at all. It was a thing I did. That's important. I did not. I don't know.
But you never earned your varsity jacket.
I did not earn my varsity jacket. And yeah, I was just kind of was the kid that took a lot of hits, and that was really it. I mean, I've never told anyone this.
Oh God.
So
You say that like every podcast.
I know, because I don't have anyone to tell this to. So John more than Thomas was kind of a prick as a kid, like kind of just a classic kind of bullyish kind of kid. And John and a little sister. And the little sister was pretty cute. As in, like, literally just, I don't know, it was just because I never had a baby in the family. I just, it's a child.
Wait, what is going?
Well, the other thing, I apparently, according to, he might have made this up, but apparently my teammates thought that was a pretty fat thing to do.
To do what? To think a baby's
gay,
cute?
rather, yeah. Gay.
To do what?
Just, hi. Yeah.
To say hi to...
Something, because I would just, it's a baby,
Oh, okay.
You say fat
those are
thing
kids.
to do?
No,
I don't want to say
the
it.
mean word for gay people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
Kids are annoying and mean, so that's not even a surprise to me.
That might have, but I don't know, because I also just use one of the things you just say. Just say it, But I never told anyone that before, and I just told you guys, and that's happened. But no, other than that, it's just a pretty standard experience. It's silly to think of it because I'm me now, and yeah, probably a lackluster story. I mean, I guess because I also said I did karate, which I also did. And, yeah, it was stupid. It was just fucking. From what I heard, it was a totally like BS version of Taekwondo.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
See me in
Wait,
the full
karate itself,
Taekwondo.
or no?
It was what I took. It was a fucking instructor.
It was Taekwondo.
Yeah. It was
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was just kind of.
Tiger Showman's.
No, there was another one. Ooh, I haven't thought about this in years. Kim's. I can probably look this up. This would be a fucking
Deep cut.
deep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're a little over, but fuck it, whatever. I just
No, I
want to
was
find
just
this
doing it
out.
too.
Kim's.
You're at black
How do
belt
you spell
taekwondo. See me in the
taekwondo?
fucking octagon. See me in the octagon.
Oh!
What?
Here it is. Oh shit!
Kim's taekwondo. Is taekwondo Korean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taekwondo is Korean.
And we just talked about the name Kim.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at that! Full circle, full circle.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, let's see.
Got 5 stars.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's only got 2 reviews.
Probably both from him.
For me. Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes, me. No, it looks pretty much exactly the same. It's fucking I did that. That was it. I got to like I don't even remember what belt I got, like a purple belt. But it was like spoilers. You're not gonna use that shit in a fight. You're not gonna.
Yeah, you can.
They're making a new Men in Black movie.
No, I didn't hear that.
I didn't know that.
Maybe not all the flips and whatnot, like the
Google
really
that.
complicated
By
kicks, but yeah,
what?
sure.
Script
Deadline.
by Iron Man Team Holloway and Mark. What the hell is Iron Man Team Holloway?
Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones aren't
It's
expected to reprise their.
Oh, of course not. It's a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume. The writers of but see, Iron Man did not have a writer. Jon Favreau. I mean, wait, hold on. I'm looking
Iron
that
Man
up.
didn't have a writer.
No, I think
On the set of
yeah, they
Iron
said-
Man, he would a lot of it was improvised. They had an outline, and then they just worked from there.
Really?
Yeah.
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 You knew that? You knew that?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, because I think Jon Favreau was a comedy guy, so that's how he. I don't think he's strictly a comedy guy, but he did fucking Elf. So that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Did chef.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That pasta, the olio, or whatever he made.
I
is
guess so.
really, really.
I
good.
want a Cuban sandwich.
I tried doing that. It's really good. I had a Cuban the other day. At work.
Never had a Cuban.
Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not authentic though,
they're-
so it was good.
they're credited. So
Who's credited with story?
these guys, Matt Holloway and Art Markham. So I guess they wrote something, and I guess they probably
And
used it.
Transformers: The Last Night.
Wait, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, you never know with Michael Bay, though. You don't know how much of that script he probably butchered, you know? Because that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. But, yeah, it's my Taekwondo story. Yeah, very boring.
We just broke that.
What?
We just broke that news.
We just broke it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we
the
did.
Side podcast right here.
Inside Podcast, your
You
number
heard
one
it
source
here.
of movie news.
Yeah, the close up. Yeah, that
Close up shop.
Close up shop. That's kind of how. I never hated all that, like the football or the taekwondo. So it's because you probably hear a lot of kids who are like me go, I hate fucking sports.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's fine. I don't pay attention to them anymore, but they're not like they're sports.
It's okay, Paul.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
All
Don't worry about it.
right. But I guess that wraps us up. Let's closed it. We went 7 minutes over. Well, about 8. Yeah, 7. So whatever.
It's not as it's not as bad as the first podcast. We
Yeah,
went
with
like
Eric.
20 something minutes. But thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Thank you.
Whenever you're listening to this.
Wherever, whenever, 10 years from now, or 20, or
That's right.
Or maybe it's,
Maybe tomorrow.
Monday.
maybe tomorrow.
On a Monday if you're listening to this on a Monday.
So I was thinking of posting this on the forum, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Hello,
because we've been
everybody.
away.
If you listen to this and you're from the forum, thank you.
Yeah, we're.
SpongeBob memes are our number one competitor.
Yeah, if you listen to all the way through.
If you did, come talk to us.
You deserve a
You deserve.
a guest appearance.
Yeah.
I'll buy you food.
Yeah.
Actually, don't. No, fuck.
Or if you're a fan from 10 or 30 years from now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. How's
Hi.
it going?
We won't be here.
I'm sorry.
this
I may
room.
not buy you food, but I would want to.
All right.
That's it, alright.
So signing off.
Jared.
Paul.
Reddmond. Peace out.